Clear the forehead. Well, can't deal with these.
Money, money, I love that money.
Lucas.
Money, 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 money. Money, money, money. Money, 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 money. You don't really want to play. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And I don't wanna be the one who always been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't really want to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. Money, 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 make you shut him off. Never ever talk about it if you never had the club. You don't know what to say, stay about my way. Money, 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 make you shut him off. You paying for the scooty spot, boy, I have to make the call. Stay in bounds on your pivot, boy, if you gon' fall. A lot of niggas be flat, you don't really can't play. So we done got it up in the mud, nigga, what you talking about? Screaming, oh my God, money got me fried. Living in line, look into my eyes, they might be surprised. I'm a fly, we supposed to fly. Even on the rise, if we got some nice, fuck it, we gon' have to fly. Money, 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 money from somebody. Day in my life, I took me a different route. Use all my facts, these are all my facts. You can get it right, what you talking about? Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. You don't really know what you always been talking about. Now I won't be the one I always been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. You never cross these borders. I'm whipping it up, quarter ring scene. I swear that I'm cooking these orders. Talk about me, you better just hope that you can just really afford it. I'm balling, I'm balling, I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm feeling like Robert's horror. Nigga, I'm scoring. I got in the morning. They talk about me, then I gotta ignore it. My bitches be foreign, so independent, my money be corporate. These rappers foreign. Crazy in the mood, go to the door. I'm smoking the sorry. She always go to me and let me score it. You can go and talk about me, I ain't flawless. I go for my all in. If you never talk about me, then I'm gone in. You know that I'm gone in. Jumping, take trips, comping all day, always keep 3 stacks like Humphrey. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it, man. And you can never ever get rid of it. So watch what you say, and watch what you do. If you play the game, you play by the rules. I get it, I get it, I get it. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. You don't really know what you've been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. You don't really know what you always been talking about. Now I won't be the one I always been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking
Money, 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 money is about 2 weeks. You know
Feel
what
like
I'm talking about?
forever.
What's going on, CP3?
Man, a whole lot's been going on in the sports world, man. A whole lot's been going on in the real life world, man. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, man. I really miss being on the show and being able to vent some of my frustrations on the air.
So first off, before we get, I'm gonna, get into your sports stuff. Let's welcome back Lady Internet.
Yes, Miss Lady is back in the building. Yay.
Yeah,
Now-
that was a drive. That was a drive.
Because now I'm in knife reach.
So the funny thing is, which I don't realize is, we had that last show with Flex, and she pulled up on the story.
Yeah. And I left my stab vest at home. I didn't know what to do. I felt naked.
Yeah, I had to pull
Yeah,
up.
she was like, y'all need to be doing it. No,
They wasn't acting right, y'all.
She checked us.
I told them I'm gonna pull up queen, okay?
And it was funny though, because like I'm gonna have to pull up. I thought you was joking.
Yeah,
And the next thing you know,
come in the door.
came in the door. Y'all supposed to be doing some serious interviewing.
Yeah, they
These are not the questions. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, we had to go to commercial break.
I heard a whole bunch of nonsense. It was bad. CP3 was telling his life story. We already know.
That's what we all do. That's what I
But
do,
then you
man.
had the guest chiming in, making himself look bad by
I mean,
agreeing with
how's
you.
it making it look bad?
Because
That
it's
was
all
his
bad.
choice of lifestyle,
I said
and
that
he
you-
clearly explained his point of view. I
You
was
got
just,
this man in here. He is trying to promote himself.
and he's promoting his lifestyle.
No,
also.
no.
I forgot the question that triggered it, but we got pulled up.
Yeah. And the stuff I heard, I was like, wait a minute.
I'm just saying, we all adults. It's At the Bar Radio. We talk about the real. You know what we do. Just because you wasn't here, we still had to talk about it. Just couldn't have you trying to, stab me under the table. So I get to be more free on the air. That's all.
You
Yeah.
thought. You thought.
What we thought you was doing.
Yeah, exactly. Then she rolled up. I ain't have no escape route or nothing. I was just stuck. I was just here.
You did look a little.
Yeah, her son had the door too. Like, ain't nobody getting past me either, mom.
Gang, gang.
Like, ain't nobody getting past my mama and me.
Right, me and my son. He gave him mean mug. Well, he a teenager. He mean mug 24.
It was, it was a fun show though. But She did pull up on her. So. That pull-up queen thing is not just a gimmick. Honestly, she pulled up on her own team.
I had fear for my life for a second when I saw that door open slowly. I was like, SWAT normally come in faster than that.
You know, then I felt bad. She's either that y'all know that. I was like,
I had to put the mama voice on it.
Like, we ain't even do nothing.
we didn't have no comeback or nothing. We just we come better show.
Sorry.
All right, we come back.
We got to go on our best because we knew she was listening. So and then you don't know where she's at. Cause she be like, I'm going home.
We finna lock the door.
Turn right back
We
around.
finna lock the door.
Turn right back around. Yeah.
She know she can catch you on the way home.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
I go home different ways, man. You never know. I always go home a different way,
I was
man.
sitting at the entrance of the neighborhood.
I go through 210
Hey.
sometimes. Fuck it.
Sit right at the entrance of the neighborhood. Hey, kill me.
Hey, I go down the other one, come up to the backside. Sometimes
Oh,
I do
okay.
that. Sometimes I do that too. You never know, man. You never know who watches.
She'll set you up with a thought and a blunt. And it's, you
Yeah,
know,
at this point, yeah.
Like, now, what the hell was you doing on the show?
I thought offering you $40. You're gonna be like, what?
Hey, come on, let's
See?
go.
See?
I got 3 words for you. Let's go.
So what you got for us in sports, sir?
In about 35 minutes, the Washington Capitals will be fighting for their playoff lives against Boston, trying to avoid elimination. They're down 3-1 with Game 5 on the line. I mean, Game 6, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My math is off. Game 6 starting at 7. The Capitals are looking to get back in this series and try not to get eliminated. If you watch Sports on the Hill podcast, you know I love this team. Had high hopes for them. They made a couple of moves at the trade deadline, but Boston made some moves also. And in all honesty, they've outplayed the Capitals in certain aspects. They've out-hustled them, and the Capitals' defense hasn't been as locked down as we were used to under Barry Trotz, which is,
So, question.
yeah.
As the Capitals, this happens possible. Have they gassed out? Do you think they gassed out? I know they've been doing good for a while.
No, they had a lot of injuries at the end of the season. Ovechkin was out for the last 7 to 9 games. Kuzi coming off the COVID protocol list for the second time. Samsonov coming off the COVID protocol list for the second time. And the chemistry was off. And then you had injuries with Lars Eller was out, one of the centers. So we were actually going into a game with 3 centers and ended up with only 2. So they were having a double shift, which does play a role into the fatigue factor. But Boston has just been able to take it to another level, and the Capitals, in some aspects, they just haven't got the bounce. And then when Boston gets an opportunity and they get the chance to win the game, they've taken advantage of it. So Capitals are definitely going to have to step up. They changed the lineup. I was looking at the lineup card today. They got Mantha on the top line, which is interesting because I think that he could have played better. He's had some good hustle plays, but he hasn't scored. So I don't care how much you hustle, how many opportunities you give somebody else. You got to shoot the damn puck. The object is to score, and that's the thing. They haven't been getting a lot of pucks to the net, and haven't been a lot of traffic in front of the net. But that game will be starting about 7 o'clock, 7:05. Probably puck drop it. I think that's on NBC Sports or NBC Sports Washington, one of the two.
You giving the channel and
You know, because
everything.
I haven't been on in a while. I've been a little rusty. Got to get my game back.
All right.
Then we had the Washington Wizards lose to the Philadelphia 76ers today in the first game of their playoff run. You know, Robbie and the roundtable will go more in detail into that series because, I don't watch
We're not going to talk
NBA.
about their naysayers.
I mean, a lot of folks question the Westbrook Wall trade. Questions answered. Westbrook is now the all-time leading triple-double player in the league, overtaking Bill Russell, which everyone said a feat that would not be done. And Russell Westbrook did it. I question would he be a good point guard, being that he likes to shoot so much. I'm of the old-school variety of a point guard supposed to distribute the ball and get people involved. But he was also doing that along with scoring and got into the playoffs. So
Right.
there's a lot of folks that still, have their reasons for not liking him. I give him respect. I haven't been a fan of him, but, he did a quality job this year. Has him in the playoff. I'm not sure if it's the play-in or if it's the best of 7 or best of 5. I'm sure Robbie will break that down tomorrow night. Also, we had the Washington Nationals playing. They defeated the Baltimore Orioles earlier.
Which is always a good thing.
Yes, indeed.
Battle of the Beltway.
Yes, indeed. And they're still, unfortunately, in last place. They're 3 games under 500, 20 and 23. I'll be breaking down the week that was on Sports on the Hill podcast tomorrow night, probably around 7:45, 8 o'clock after we talk Capitals hockey, and then we'll have the NBA roundtable, probably about close to 10, 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that, probably. I think I saw some, might as well cover another sports since we're covering sports. I believe the Washington Mystics lost to the Indiana Fever, 89-77. We'll restart our WNBA coverage on Sports on the Hill. I try to squeeze it in somehow tomorrow. We already got a 2.5-hour show advertised. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna mention. I gotta take my notes and everything.
I'll pull up there too.
See, there you go.
See.
Swear, man, I be having fear for my life, man. They call me the thug. See what I'm saying? I be getting the label, but she the one doing the work. That's what they all say. That Washington football team, they went through their rookie training camp a couple of weeks ago. I think they said 76 out of 90 players showed up, which is good. And have participation when it's voluntary, even though the league is wanting folks to stay away. But most of them, I guess, are getting their vaccine shots or they're taking the COVID protocol.
Right.
Also, Morgan Moses got released this week. That frees up $7 million on the cap space for the Washington football team. And I believe that's going to be used to re-sign Jonathan Allen, because his contract is up at the end of the season. He's on his 5th-year extension. Next year, Deron Payne will be on his 5th-year extension. So they got to lock these guys up because, you know, that's one of the perks of this defense with that beautiful front line that, you know, first rounders that's just studs all the way around, man. It's crazy. I can't wait for this season.
Do you hear what you're saying?
I don't give a damn.
Beautiful front line.
Yeah,
studs all around. What?
They defensive studs, man. First round draft picks. Hey, take it how you want it. I'm in football mode.
You know what? That's my team too. I'm just talking about the way that you're describing.
I know, because I'm anxious for football season.
You're in love.
Because I'm a defensive guy. You know how, and we actually have a free safety now. Do you know how long? God rest his soul, ever since Sean Taylor passed away, we haven't had a free safety since 2007.
That's true.
And you know how long I've been begging and pleading for the team to get one. Now we have a plethora. Look that word up if you don't know what it is. I love that word.
Really?
That's one of my favorite words.
But you just say, look it up.
Some people don't know what that word means.
Look it up or look it up.
Both. Fuck it.
The way we was talking about, you know.
I'm just saying, if you couldn't, you know I'm a defensive guy. I coach defense. I play defense. So I can't wait to see what this defense is going to look like this year. They were in the top 5 in most defensive categories last year. They have the potential to be the top defense in the league if things fall into place, especially with the top draft pick, Jamin Davis. Another problem this team has had, a linebacker that could cover tight ends and running backs out the flat. This guy is athletic. He's tall. He has a great wingspan. He's like 71 inches, so he gets his hands up. And some of the defensive players they drafted, quality. I've been looking at tape on them. Still working on them when myself and Dujane would do our breakdown of the draft. We're both busy as hell right now. Him with NASCAR and football, and me with football and baseball and hockey and selling cars and doing other stuff.
Oh, for real? You sell cars?
Yeah, I just sold one today.
I know that.
And if you're looking for a new car, use the pre-owned certified. Come on down to Waldorf Honda at 2450 Crane Highway, across from the Popeyes and Lowe's. Come holler at your boy CP3 to get that deal done. If you got bad credit, no credit, some credit, come holler. I'll get that deal done for you, baby.
Okay.
And I'm out.
Are you out?
For now.
I'm about to say, where you going? Somebody's phone
To the
blowing
fridge
up,
to get it
y'all.
up. I think that's your fault.
No, it's not.
That ain't my fault.
No, the one thing you forgot to mention is
What that is?
the boxing. They're about to be the big rematch. Deontay Wilder.
Oh yeah, I did see something about Tyson. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to talk to Paul, the boxing guy, yet. We had him on a couple of weeks ago. I did see that they made it a stipulation that he would have to fight Wilder again. I was a Deontay Wilder fan a few years back before Joshua came onto the scene. I didn't know much about him, but Paul, the boxing guy, being the guru that he is, he was telling me about him. He follows European boxers. And seeing how Joshua transformed into the champion that he was, and so how Wilder bitched out as the champion that he was, I'm really over Deontay Wilder. He's a one-punch dude. He doesn't have his fundamentals. He hasn't improved no matter what training they've brought in. And, you know, he can knock you out. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, I'd rather watch some of the other guys, man, because I'm tired of all the BS. It's not just him. It's his promoter. And if you watch the show, you heard Paul talk about it many times. That's why you had some of these fights that never happen because promoters are feuding with each other and refuse to work together because they don't want the other guy making money too. It's a whole bunch of bull. Not as bad as when Don King was around, but it's pretty bad when it comes to promoters.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've been watching Snoop's promotion or whatever he doing. It's a Smoke Fest concert, and they have boxing up in there.
Oh, for real?
You ain't see it? The
So
I cannot say that I have.
Triller?
yeah, he Snoop is
Yeah.
getting paid to do commentary and stuff on Triller.
Oh, I heard about it.
Internet
And they let him do the facilitate the concerts and everything too. So
And the dude from the internet, he actually just scored a
Logan
deal
Paul.
with Logan Paul. He scored a fight deal with Showtime.
and he's fighting Mayweather. That's what he's been asking for.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Let's see how that works.
And they already had some drama, you know.
He took his hat.
Yeah, he took Mayweather hat.
Well, I thought that was his brother that took the hat.
But
Yeah, I think that was his brother that took the hat.
it wasn't Logan.
Yeah, it wasn't Logan, but it was his brother.
Jake.
Yeah, Jake stirring the pot. Yeah, I think that's what I had seen.
And then he tattooed,
Yeah,
I got
right.
your hat.
Say what? See, these dudes is
But
crazy.
see, here's the thing: those two, I feel like, are really disturbed little kids, and they crying out for help. They
I think
started
it's-
off at Disney, they got kicked off.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I think it's fun and games until you get knocked the fuck out.
And
Well-
real talk, I feel like both of them need it. They need to be knocked out.
Well, to be
And-
honest, after talking to Paul, the boxing guy, he takes boxing seriously. Dude's been in, he's in the gym. He's actually putting in work
Yeah,
like
he
he's a
does.
professional boxer. He's not taking it as a joke. So, not saying he's going to beat Mayweather, but in the way he approaches what he's doing, he doesn't take it as a joke. He's actually really
Both
in
of
the
them.
gym,
Both of
really
them
working,
are.
really sparring with folks for real. So, he's actually trying to become a real boxer. He's taking a
But here's the
different
thing-
route to it.
But
But
here's the thing about that though. So, and I remember somebody at the boxer said this. He's like, the boxers in their fight, Mayweather is not the greatest fighter in the world,
He's a boxer.
but he's the greatest
Mm-hmm.
boxer.
definitely.
And as far as like people who used to like Mike Tyson's a fighter. When Mike Tyson was young, boom, 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 knocked you out in 30 seconds. Mayweather was one of the dudes who knew the science of boxing.
Right. I mean, but look who surrounded him starting out. His foundation is strong.
Yes.
I'll give him that. He's cocky, and I don't
No,
like
no,
him
no.
as far as
He's
personality.
arrogant. He's arrogant. Cocky and arrogant is a thin line. He's arrogant. That's why that's the only issue I have with him. Sometimes he's just a little too arrogant for me. I don't mind cocky, but arrogant, that's like,
Yeah, well,
it's a thin line. It's a
He
thin
get,
line.
he gets under my skin personality wise,
Yeah.
but I will give him that. You know, he knows his craft.
Yes.
And for him, I really feel like if I were him, I wouldn't take the fight, but you know, his pride is taking over.
I mean,
It's money. That's
But
the
here's
way
the
he
thing, you
looks.
gotta
It's not just money; it's also his pride. His money is tied into his pride.
yeah.
That's
I
how
mean,
he is.
you gotta think about when Conor McGregor called him out. Conor McGregor looked very bad in that fight.
No, kind of. That
And,
wasn't
and,
even.
and that's a dude who you know UFC, but knowing this much about boxing versus a nigga that knows this much against boxing, like when you know you have a little bit of knowledge versus someone who has a greater amount of knowledge, it's a difference.
I feel
Okay.
like Connor, and then I want to say Jake and Logan because they're kind of taking the same route and they're doing some of the same things. They all have that same mentality. Like I can do it, I can beat them.
Yeah.
They're just and they're cocky, you know.
I mean, because once again, when we look at Mayweather and we look at boxing, we like boxing, we like fighters, and the thing is, Mayweather's a boxer. He strategically knows the ring, and he's a very good tactician in the ring. Now, does that make for an exciting fight? Fuck no. However, is he undefeated and is he rich? Hell yes. So you just gotta look at those two things.
But a lot of boxers are up and coming right now, and they're like you said, they're doing the non-traditional route.
Yeah.
But then you still got the ones that are the ones with the good foundation coming through. There are a lot locally. There are a lot across the country. We were just talking about one that we're trying to get on the show.
Yeah.
There's just schedule issues. Michael Williams Jr. He fought last night. Won. He's undefeated. his career, I believe, started in 2018. So, and he's like 22. So to be, you know what I mean? And he's undefeated. And Roy Jones Jr., he's training. So,
The hell of a trainer.
yeah, he's a trainer.
That's the hell of a trainer, right?
And with that said, it's good to hear, because I am a boxing fan, that there are still people that are going the traditional route
Yeah.
as far as training and taking on certain fights versus trying to break these rules and just jumping. Like, how are you not technically a professional boxer and you jump all the way to Mayweather? Like, what? But whatever.
I mean, you can look at Tyson Fury, how he ended up getting the title fight. He was out of the game for almost 2 years, was on crack.
And we talking about Wilder?
Yeah, and came in and started talking trash and able to get him a heavyweight to overleap everybody and to come out of nowhere and to
And
get a
Black
heavyweight
History
fight.
Month,
First of all,
during Black History
First of all,
Month.
Dante Wilder had on a suit that looked like a reject from Iron Man.
No, he had on his Black Panther suit. Y'all, I was hyped for his little walkout, and then he got beat up.
First of all, he had on so much stuff, that walkout made me tired.
I was so
And I was
Oh, yeah, I remember talking about how
And he
heavy
had
the
D
costume
Smoke
was.
out there, which I'm a fan of. He had D Smoke walking out in front of him. Had but he his song Black Habits. That's what he was doing. And Black Habits is Black History Month. You Black Panther. You know his costume was a little extra. He was like, wasn't he glowing up too? It was like
He
Black
was doing
Panther,
too
but
much.
was, like,
He was
glowing
doing
up.
too much.
He was, well, if you lose, yes, that was too much. But if he won, perfect.
It was still too
Let me
much.
answer somebody's question. Someone just asked me, they said, at the bar, where's 151? I'm behind the board. You don't see me all the time. I don't need to be seen. I don't need to be
It's like the voice of the bottle is speaking.
Wow, this is 151.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the voice of the bottle speaking.
So I bought a gift back for
CP3.
CP3 for our return. I bought you some, shout out to my boy Mo. I got some tequila from Mexico.
Mm-hmm. And CP3 acting like
Why you so
He acting
scared?
scared.
So,
Tequila is a good thing.
I bought a gift.
Let me get a
I heard
cup.
it's made from vegetables.
Yeah.
So it's like salad.
Yes, yes. You can drink
I'm gonna
it.
try to use that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to use that on a young lady next time. It's like salad. Didn't you have a light lunch?
But you know, moonshine is made from grain.
I know. I know
Okay.
about some moonshine.
It's good
Yeah, I
for
bet you
you.
do.
It's good for you. So you think moonshine is healthy for you too?
Cleans your pipes out.
Yeah, I bet
So
it's-
you know, I feel like today you should.
I ain't messing with no.
Wait, why? You just you don't understand.
Yeah, don't be
I
don't
just
be
said
trying to
it.
slide down. No.
No, moonshine is wonderful.
So CP3, I just want to let you know, you are factually correct. We were in Atlanta last weekend, and according to the weed smokers, Atlanta has the worst weed ever.
Yes, it does.
Oh wow. You were right. Look at you.
Oh, I know. I was down. I was stuck down there with none. Shit.
So they went and bought some.
That's terrible.
It was dirt.
Now, come on now.
First of all, they bought their own, right? So they was good until the end of the trip. But you know what happens when you got your own? Then
You just
get
going, you
bored.
wilding out,
Yeah.
rolling fat bat after fat bat.
So
Well, is it recreational in Georgia yet?
I'm not yet, but that joint is Reggie. That joint is Reggie
Well,
Bush.
that's probably part of the reason why.
And
A lot of
It
southern
used to be the
states-
hot. It used to be the hot spot back in the late '90s to that big drug
Freak
bust
Nick?
went down.
Is that what you're talking about? That
Nah,
until,
time?
Yeah, no, after Freaknik, after. Freaknik.
no, until BMF got arrested.
Yeah, that too.
But that joint, like, it is nothing worse than hear weed and smoke complain about the like, this is some trash. Like,
And they were high too. And they
no,
were
they got to the
doing-
point they just stopped smoking.
Bruh.
Wow.
I was down there for All-Star Weekend. I think this was like 2005 or 6. And like you said, you bring your own, you toke it up. Next thing you know, it's like 2 days left in the trip, and I'm like, oh shit, I ain't gonna have enough to get through the rest of the trip. So I'm like, I gotta find me find me a little recreational. Took me a whole day,
Yeah.
and being a smoker that I was at the time, you
Yeah,
don't get an appetite when you don't get to partake of your your daily medicine.
So you lost weight.
Yeah, so my boys was clowning me talking about, because one of my nicknames, is Foot. They're like, feet can't eat. I couldn't eat the whole day. because I couldn't come across. And then when I finally got something, it was some dirt. So that's why I knew that somebody was like, "Yeah, it's that fire right here." He pulled that shit out. I was like, "Why does it look like the grass on the ground?"
Yeah, that just looked like her.
Yeah, exactly.
So they had explained about it, but however, the Atlanta trip turned out to be good.
I bet. I wish I could have judged.
Some footage too.
Yeah, we actually went to the studio. Went to 2 studios. I'm gonna play 4 new songs. I better play two new ones today.
Okay.
And then next week play.
Yeah, hold on, don't give it too much. Don't give it too much.
We went to
They're gonna want everything free.
We got invited to Patchwork Studio where Renegade recorded the song. Patchwork Studios with Gucci Man, Outkast. Some of the, if you look on the page, you see all those platinum records. That's Patchwork Studio.
Right.
So everybody from Nas, Biggie, Tupac recorded it. Legendary Studio. Somebody invited us to come, so we went. And you know, it's good when artists share love. It's like, oh, you know what? Why don't you go in there and record a song? So then we record a song. And then the next one we went to Loud House Studio, which is Lil Baby, who's platinum. That's recorded there, and we got a deal. So if you do on a certain day at 12 o'clock, well, on Sunday at 12 o'clock, it's you get it for half price.
Okay.
So as I called and I sent them in the middle of King of Diamonds, and they actually sent me the text back. So. You know, it's hard to maintain, but thank God, it's one of the rare nights that I actually didn't drink.
There you
so
go.
I saw the text back, I paid for it. The next day, you know, we both didn't drink. Renegade didn't even drink, which is really hard to do in King of Diamonds.
That's what I was saying. I ain't been to KOD in a long time, bro. Not like you gotta have a drink in your hand and an ass in the other, dog. It's just.
I didn't because I know we were trying to get a studio time for 12 o'clock the next day.
Oh yeah, didn't want to overdo it. Yeah.
If we.
See, I wish I was there because I'd have drank for both of y'all.
And then what they gonna do with your little drunk self when they in the studio?
I'd have been sleep on the couch
I knew
listening,
you
nod
was
my
gonna say
head.
Just say
If we couldn't eat like dog, if we get twisted, how we gonna get up the next morning?
No doubt.
Like,
No doubt.
we get because the deal was usually a $500 studio block.
Right.
I got it for $250
Right.
for 4 hours.
That's good.
So
That's good.
and then to walk in there and you see 2 platinum plaques on the wall from Lil Baby because he recorded there. You know, that says something.
Yeah.
So it's an up and coming studio. The engineer was a young boy. This boy, he came in late. It's not a problem. He's like, so we get our time.
Yeah.
But when he got in, he was like, boom, 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 like he went to work.
Yeah.
He ain't bullshit us. He ain't nothing. And you know, when he went to work, Renegade went to work. And then he was amazed, I think, about the amount of song. Because you know, you get 4 hours, and some niggas only give you 1 or maybe 2 songs.
Right, I'm about to say.
Renegade was like, nah, put this beat on. Okay, boom, go in the boom.
Yeah, he was ready.
He was ready.
That's good. And so that was the second recording session that he had. So that means the first one probably, you know, encouraged him anyway.
Yeah, the first one, the funny thing is the dude that was, so there was a whole bunch of people and they were in there. They were taking like an hour or 2 to do the song. So they gave dude was like, oh, you know, Renegade, you can do a song in about. They gave him an hour. Renegade knocked the song out 30 minutes. It's like you get the beat, boom, 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 boom. It's my ad-libs, boom. Like these niggas went to the store. Renegade was like, I'm done.
And
The engineer came upstairs and was like, was that a good mix for you?
But that's good. Shout out to Renegade.
No doubt.
That's good. I love to hear these young up and coming artists doing their thing and being on
I
top
love
of
when
it.
artists show love. And, you know, I haven't put the video out. I'm still working on it. But his performance, he was at Stank on the Big Boy Studio.
Man, I wish I could have been.
You would have acted a fool.
Man, I'd have smoked in every
You
room
would
I
have
could have
had
smoked
like
in that
3
motherfucker.
babies.
Yeah, I ain't been down there. Like I said, I ain't been in Atlanta in a while.
That's a good thing. That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I
Let me
heard
tell you
it
something.
turned a little bit.
You say it, we got in trouble.
We know.
We know.
You get in
I'd
trouble.
have had that infamous kid y'all been wishing on me for the longest
Hey,
time.
yo, but you might want to move to Atlanta because they have a law especially made for you.
What that is?
You can carry. If you get your license and stuff.
Oh yeah, open carry.
Open carry.
Yeah, a lot of places.
You might find your stomach, man. Chicks opening up their bag, snap a pistol in that
4
shit.
5s falling out everywhere. Clink, clink, clink. Oh girl,
That's sexy. That matches
it
mine.
matched my pearl shoes, girl.
So that means you got to move to Atlanta or Texas. You can get a house in both places.
I know. I've been in both states. I spent some time in both
I
states.
bet you did.
Yeah, Houston is a nice. Houston is a nice.
Oh,
place,
the
yeah.
home of Beyonce.
That was before her. I even knew about her. I had, you know, I had me.
That's
a-
that.
That was before Destiny Child days?
No, this
No. That's
this
when you
was
got married.
yeah. We are. Yeah, we was on that path. She was making six figures down there, working for an oil company. I should have.
Fucking up, son. Just for that, you need to take a shot.
Well,
Probably, you would have had less babies. If
I
you got
impregnated her.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was got.
But if you
it was
would
in
have
her.
married her, hopefully you would have had less babies. Then
I ain't got no babies.
we don't.
Keep on trying to wish that
No,
up.
no. When you're not married, you should take a shot at tequila right now.
Yeah, you're right. Because I've been thinking about that. I know she probably making seven figures now.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead. Say that again.
She probably making seven
No,
figures now.
the other part.
Which other part? Like hell yeah, I should have married her. Because I told her we had.
And you gonna take that shot.
Yeah, I could take that shot. 'Cause I told her when she was pregnant, I
You
was like,
see
you
how
know,
when
we
I
split up
adjusted his mic, how he got real loud?
Yeah.
because
Like you louder than me. I can't hear myself.
because the mic been having a mind of its own up here. But yeah, I told her when she was pregnant, you know, we break up. Like you paying me child support, you know that, right?
Why do you have to go that route
Because
automatically?
he's trying.
I had to let her know off the break, like, cause she was in Texas, all of our family was up here. How are you? And you work crazy hours, you travel like crazy. How are you gonna take care of the child?
Nigga,
No backup. So I would be that stay-at-home dad, and I would need that support to comfortably support me and my child.
You know what? I'm just gonna. Anyway, Renegade killed it. He did the song "Get Back," which I played on here. You did the trifling.
Yeah.
You trifling.
I'm just saying,
So he
man.
played the song "Get Back." That was his first time performing that joint. Jumped in the crowd, basically had
Yeah.
people in the inside yelling, "We outside, nigga, we still inside." But it was a good moment. I'm gonna put the video out probably this week. And he killed it. Like he literally killed it. We got invited to go back to Miami. Doing a Rolling Out weekend. They're gonna be doing a show up there. We got some other things in the works, but I think June 6th, Sunday, we gonna bless Roanoke. We gonna go down to Roanoke. It's Jai from Limelight's birthday. We gonna go down there.
I might gotta make that trip.
We can make it.
Yeah, I might gotta make
We
that
gonna
trip.
put our we gonna put our foot in Roanoke's ass.
Well, we gonna talk off air. Maybe we all can do it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they ready for it. I don't think they ready for what
Because
Renegade
we've talked to a lot of artists down there.
Yeah.
And you said Limelight, you know, shout out to them. We
Shout out to
talked
Alexis and Jai.
Yeah. So we
So do I need to pull the mobile studio out?
Hey.
Do I need to pull the mobile
And it
studio
might
out?
not be like a traditional show. Maybe we can just, you know.
I mean, dog, you know I got the camera, so we can always.
Yeah, I got the jump box with the outlets on it.
Yeah, but you know, we can interview people and still just chop it up and still
Right.
just release
Yeah,
it. Like,
true,
you know,
true.
We'll do it live, you know, either or.
Yeah.
So,
Or we have some recorded interviews.
yeah, that's
Drop in there. Yeah.
that makes something we can all do.
There you
But it's
go.
gonna, you know, that's also my birthday week, so you know,
Oh, he gonna act the fool.
it's gonna be hard to be sober.
But I'm celebrating the whole month of June anyway, because my birthday's June too. So
Oh, Gemini's in the house.
I'm a Cancer. Look at you.
Oh, damn.
I'm a Cancer. I'm so sweet.
Oh, Cancer means fuck. Will you turn
No,
like,
only when you push.
will you make a Cancer man?
That's what I'm about to say.
You notice I keep looking, make sure ain't no blade out over
Hey,
here.
I got my hands here.
That's why I'm still. Hey, sometimes mama's got three hands, one, two, and they throw that slipper with them, they break around the corner. I know you got that ability too. I know you can do it. My mama used to do that shit. You think you get around the corner, that joint come right. Damn it, mama. She got that boomerang effect. I already know.
So, I did something new this week. So, some of the topics I want to discuss.
Oh, yeah,
I
oh,
put
yeah.
on the page.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that I put on there.
Let me go get my drink.
Oh, that's how you
Let me
feel?
go get my cup. But some of the stuff you about to talk about, I need my main cup.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now.
So it says this from the debate. Someone posted from Fox 45 in Baltimore, and it had women getting on their knees proposing to men.
Yes, that's a trend. Honestly, that's been a trend for a few years now.
Let's just have a discussion about that.
She got on
I'm
the
curious
ring.
how CP3 survived.
Yeah, let's say CP3 first.
I mean, the times is.
Wait. Take a drink.
You
All
already
right, let
opened?
me. I'll say this though. For me, I would do it jokingly, but for real, no. I'm not getting on my knee proposing to a man. Here's the thing that a lot of women don't understand.
And see if you can cover that too, please.
Well, sure.
A man is.
It's yours.
That's the whole setup right there.
Bartender.
That's the whole setup.
Bartender.
He's talking about something that's yours. But yeah, a lot of women don't understand that most of the time you're ready before the man is.
Yeah.
So with that said, if you ask a man to marry you, you get on your knee and he says yes, who's to say he is actually ready? Now, there are exceptions to every rule. Some women are not ready either, and they'll tell a man no.
So,
But come on.
I would say this. This is some of the responses that I got.
Uh-huh.
A girl, Michelle, she actually put the angry face.
Mm-hmm.
Couple people put a thumbs up. Honestly, your girl still Nisha was like, I wish the fuck I would. I kick my own ass. She put that.
Yeah, that's my girl T. Like she ain't playing.
Yeah, she's like no.
Uh-huh.
My homeboy Sonny, what he was like, no. He's been married. He's married now.
Uh-huh. I know a lot of men that would not accept it.
My homegirl Jade was like, hell no.
Mm-hmm.
My homegirl Debbie said no. My homeboy Dude said, get your silly ass off the ground. You ain't capping it. Yeah. My cousin Robert Knight Jr. He had the no. And then Andrea Riley, who's a very beautiful black woman, put yes.
Here's the thing. I'm not knocking it. It's not for me. It's not for me. And knowing what I know about just men in general, some men feel emasculated when you do that. You're taking that moment from them.
So I want to, when we get to CP3, because I know he's going to go to it. So, that's my issue.
Mm-hmm.
There is something as a man that I want.
Yep.
And as a man, I want to be able to plan this romantic moment and have this moment selfishly so I can make her. And I've heard women getting their own engagement. And I actually dated a girl and she was like, we looked at Ray, she's like, what if I got on my knees? And like, no, you cannot. That's not going to, because it just doesn't make me feel
Like a man.
as a man.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things is, God rest my cousin son John Brown. We had a talk several 20-something years ago, and he was with his girl, and his girl was paying for the meal, but she slid him the credit card so that he would look like he was paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
And she did that so it wouldn't look he was being emasculated in the eyes of people.
Right.
Even though it was her treat or whatever.
Right.
So, and I always thought that was a way to, I thought that was great, and I would look for that in a partner. Like, it's just certain things you can't take away from me.
Yeah.
And if a female did that to me, I personally, I can't get down with that.
Yeah.
Like, I thought about it, I was like, oh, that'd be, no.
And with that said, think about it. Paying for a meal is one thing. You know what I mean? And some men are real particular about that. But getting down on your knees and proposing, it's the guys I date wouldn't go.
Yeah, that's not. I just couldn't. CP3. So a man that loves a woman on her
Honestly,
knees.
I can see him
I
going
was-
either way.
I was about to say, yeah, most of the time when we get on their knees, it's not to propose around me anyway.
Here we go.
So
But
for female,
Here we
yeah.
go.
if a female, I have actually had a female propose to me before, and I
On her
don't.
knees,
And he's not married.
she got on her knees.
Yeah,
And he's not married. So
it
what does
wasn't.
that say?
I mean, it wasn't because
And what did you think when she did it?
I didn't have a problem with it. Honestly, I didn't have a problem with it. To me, I mean, I see your point of view of what you're saying, but to me, it doesn't make a difference. The fact that somebody, say that they love me that much that they want to propose to me, I wouldn't be upset.
Were
By
you
it.
ready for marriage at that point?
I thought I was.
See,
But it
that's the point that I.
Yeah, I mean,
made
that's a
the
valid
first
point.
one. Yeah.
But only reason she did it was out of desperation, I guess, to try to keep me or
Did
whatever.
she have a ring?
Yes, she did.
Wow.
Yeah.
And see, for me, I feel like if a man goes through all of the planning and buying a ring for you, most of the time, the majority of the time, he's ready. And like you said, you thought you were. Had you weren't planning on proposing to her, right?
No.
See, that means you weren't ready.
It was like I say. It was. I mean, it was a whirlwind thing, and I think that she just got caught up in the moment. One of my young ladies from
No,
out
she
of
didn't get
town.
caught up in the moment if she bought a ring. That's not caught up in
You
the
fucking
moment.
no wrong?
Yeah,
We didn't start out that way.
it doesn't matter.
That's the question.
It doesn't matter.
That's the question.
Call me Eddie Murphy. R-A-W. Yes, I did hit it wrong, and it was pretty damn good. Yeah, it's nothing like it. Sorry, I know safe sex and everything, but it's like my
So
age
pretty
now.
much, you need to be married, but you're not ready.
No, I'm now. That's the funny thing. I am ready for. I feel like a steady relationship and possibly marriage, but now I'm out of style. They don't like me no more.
Well, being a jerk isn't really in style.
I'm not a jerk. I'm an
Okay.
asshole, but I'm a
Okay.
good asshole because I know
A
when to
good
be an
boy.
asshole. Not an asshole all the time unless you deserve it.
Oh, okay.
And then when you get it, you'll be like, you know what? I did deserve
So
that.
you know it all, huh?
I don't know it all. I know me. I know
Maybe.
me.
What about you
Mhm.
is causing you not to be in a steady relationship and married
Because-
and having other women proposing to you?
Because unfortunately, most of these fuckboys out here been lying to these young ladies, and because when I say something that mimics what some other fuckboy said, I'm the same liar that he was, and then I don't have time to keep on trying to prove myself for somebody else's crime. Then either I get tired of the bullshit, or she has too many fucking obstacles, and she's not ready for a relationship because she hasn't got over her previous experience.
You sound real specific right now.
Because this has been my history in the last couple of years of what I've been dealing with.
Let me tell you something. I've been single for a little bit,
Yeah, me too.
and no, you ain't been single as long as I have, because I seen the beginning, middle, and end of one of your relationships.
And it was quick,
Very
wasn't
recent.
it?
And when we met, when me and you met, I was married, and then I got a divorce,
Mhm.
and since then I had like 1.5 relationships.
Hold on. What's a half a relationship? I need to figure. I might gotta
It mean
use
like-
this one.
It basically means like she thought she was gonna be that person. She's
No,
like,
I was, it
nah,
was a relationship. It only lasted 90 days.
it's like a job.
That's about the same time frame of mine.
What?
The one you
That's
talking
a
about,
regular
right?
thing for you? Oh, yours was 90 days?
It was about that was the
But
yeah.
then y'all was on trips and stuff. Well, you took a trip.
Yeah, but we had been talking for a while, long distance, and I was like,
So
"Fuck it." I
when
ain't
was the
gonna make it.
relationship? What happened? The relationship lasted 90 days?
Barely, because we didn't get together officially until I went out there and did what I did.
And then you call up when you
I'm
came
scared to ask what you did, but you don't got to ask. Nope. Nope.
They called me CP3
Oh,
for a
God,
reason.
no.
back. That nigga was MIA. We couldn't
He
find
was.
That-
He
Contact that
really was.
nigga for nothing.
Bruh,
He
wait,
said he was flying out, and I was like, "Oh, he getting flued out." And then I was like, "But wait, did you land? What happened?" And then all of a sudden, I see these booed up pictures.
it was a great couple of weeks.
I'm sure.
Because
I saw.
the shit that was funny was GOP, rest his soul. This man actually put my face on a milk carton and posted it
I
on
think
social
I saw
media.
that.
Like, if you see my whole, he's been missed it. I don't know where he is.
And nigga GOP called me, was like, yo, you talking to CP? I was like,
Nobody told
nah.
me.
That nigga went to Indiana. I was like,
He
oh.
like did everything. Like he had his little group, but he was always getting in arguments. With
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
He stopped arguing.
I was,
He stopped arguing while he was gone. I was like,
So,
where
I
he
had
go?
turn to what's love got to do
I had
with
some,
that.
I
Where
had
he
some,
go?
thugs need love too every now and again, man.
So speaking of niggas that like it raw, I think what they did.
Go ahead. What you about to do?
Uh-oh.
Let's preach on this one. I know what you.
Nick Cannon
Yes, indeed.
is expecting his 7th child.
But this is the third that's on the way. He got 2 on the
Yeah,
way.
there's twins, I
And
think.
then it's twins on the way, and then this last one is on the way. The twins ain't born yet. So he got 2 chicks pregnant with 3 different kids at the same time.
That's what I need.
And one of them's a wildin' out girl.
Yeah, the last one.
So
Some of them joints are alright though. I
No.
all out.
He has good taste,
Yeah.
but you ain't gotta smash everybody.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
I would tell you like this. I would tell you like this. Being in management, you may hire a very beautiful young lady.
Speak on that.
But you shall not and you should not fuck her,
Mm-hmm.
caress her,
CP3.
talk to her any
You hear
type of
this?
way, because it will
Yeah.
put you in HR.
That's me.
And then I'm gonna let her take over. I'm gonna let Lady Internet
That's
take over.
me. I'm
What
HR.
happens?
Hold on, we all make that same rule, but how many of us follow when we get in that situation?
So let me
You don't.
CP3,
Why you gotta put me on blast? I said how many don't. You just
because
go.
CP3, let me just tell you what's some realness.
Uh,
Back in the days, when I was working at KB Toys, back in the days, I had a manager.
Mhm.
He was really cool. It was a lady that liked him, and she looked like Frankenstein.
Oh Lord.
And then she would bring food up.
Did
So
she have a fat butt?
no, she had nothing. She was she
I was gonna say CP3, but no.
No, I'm
She
not.
had- she
No.
had-
If I can't look at you in the face, then I
she would
can't.
bring food up and everything.
Mhm.
So she was. So then he wound up hiring her for the Christmas holiday season. So after the season ended, we had to cut people. So she became stalkerish, and when she got cut, she went to HR and tried to say he was having sex with her. And they had to do an investigation. Like this was a big ass dude in the office crying because she's fucking with his marriage. He's like they always say, you don't shit we meet.
Yeah, I've never.
And-
Yeah.
And,
But,
and
so wait, but he didn't have a relationship with her.
he did. I mean, I think the investigation. Thank God we all could testify. When she brought his food, he gave the food away to other people,
There you go. That's good.
and he never did anything to leave her room.
Right. And see, that's the stuff I hate.
Yeah.
Because we in this Me Too age still.
Yes.
As T.I. and Tiny, as
So we gonna get to them too.
as Charlemagne,
But that's
as all these people that
why
having
you
issues.
That's why you only hit folks that's visiting your company, not that actually work at your.
So,
Oh, for real?
Yes,
You sure?
I've
but he.
done it a couple of times.
What if
and
they
then
visiting but still in the company, but they work at another site?
out of,
another state?
out of state? Yeah, I'd have done that a couple of times,
Yeah, I know. But go ahead.
and it didn't bite me in the ass at all.
Yeah, but it could have.
It could
Because
have.
they're in the same company.
She would have got more trouble than I would have
How do you know that?
because she was a higher ranked official. She was like in
I
upper
feel like
management.
in said company,
Mhm.
that was your thing to go for higher ranked people.
I was the victim.
Were you targeting higher ranked females in said company?
Yes.
No, I was not targeting. I had someone that was targeting them for
And he
me.
had the little old lady.
Little Asian lady was
Little
looking
old
at
lady.
her.
It had his back. She would feed him information. Ain't that terrible?
She likes black men, Mr. Porter. She's single. You should go talk to her.
Yeah.
Okay. Unc got me in that
That was
joint.
her.
Yeah, Unc got me in that booty. That joint was good too. She said she smoked. She said she went shorty because we was talking and she was like, yeah. Then she opened up, was like, yeah, I'm down here and I ain't got no smoke. Oh, really now? Ain't she staying in the 30? Let me get that
Oh,
number. I
my
come
God.
do a little something. Oh, for real?
I just can't take it.
Oh my God. Little blonde hair, blue eyed joint.
See, that's your type.
Had a pretty mouth and everything.
Oh God.
Dang, I was wearing
But
that thing out.
you do know you was in a predicament. You know what I mean? Especially
Oh,
let's say the
she was
company
in a
found out-
predicament.
But no, let's say the company found out about all of them. They're gonna be like, Mr. Porter, you got a record of this. You gotta go.
I was not on company time, even though I was on company hotel room. But and I went to visit her at her house. So
You never did anything on company time
no, I always waited till I got off.
or any job. Look at it. Look at it.
Nah, I can't. I would not lie because some of them early mornings I had to be at work at 3:30. About 3:45, 4 o'clock, but my girl stayed around the corner. She woke up, she wanted something. Hey, y'all, I'll be back like cover for Trailers got some nice, throw down some cardboard boxes, bro. You good to go?
So cardboard.
You fucked in the trail.
Man, I
We
didn't
not
fuck on
gonna
the
talk about
truck.
it.
I didn't
We
fuck
not
on
gonna
the
talk
trailer.
about this.
You know what?
because
Let me go back to the top.
We didn't, thank God we didn't go into what company this was.
Oh my God! Oh, when we was in the old building, the store.
Hey, hey.
5 minutes from my house.
So some good news. Some good news. Don't be like Nick Cannon. Obviously CP3.
Told you my pull-out game spectacular, dog.
Yeah, keep thinking that. On some good news, There was a groundbreaking ceremony in the Bronx for a hip hop event.
Yes, I saw. I'm so
Nas,
happy.
Little Kim, I believe Fat Joe.
Yeah, that's everything.
You know,
The ribbon
Kendrick.
cut.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Real quick, how y'all feel about it? I'm happy.
I'm happy too because I feel like hip hop, you know, as in society doesn't really get the type of recognition that it needs, that it deserves. You know, when you're talking about different genres, I have a friend, matter of fact, she's in town. Her kids dance, and if her kid does a solo, then that's wonderful, right?
Yeah.
In a competition. But if you do hip hop, it depends on the judge because some judges don't really recognize hip hop that same way. They're more traditional.
And here's the crazy thing. We as hip hop, we get stuff. When you say
That ain't the same tequila from the last
He's
time.
struggling over here.
I was about to say, the other one, like, hold on, that one was a little bit smooth. That joint kicked me in my neck a couple times already. Like, oh shit,
He
that
sat
nigga.
back and said, "Oh,
Like, no, that ain't the same. That ain't the same. mix.
I'll be
Hey, I was
I didn't know you were talking." Because he sat back and said, "Oh."
like, that ain't the same.
No.
But what I was saying was that hip hop is so for the last 30 years, music wise, hip hop is ruled music wise. They've combined the different forms of it. They literally dictated on fashion and everything like this. Everything. So here's the crazy thing. There's a rock and roll hall of fame that just put like Jay-Z and stuff in. This is fucked up. Because rock and roll hasn't done anything in the last 30 years that hip hop has not done.
Well, that's
Hip-hop-
why so many people from hip hop are inducted in the
It's
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's why.
But this should be a hip hop hall of fame.
Yep.
And we should just say fuck them and stop getting recognition for these people. Like the wackest thing that we ever did was when we couldn't get stuff together and we couldn't keep the Source Awards and our BET Awards growing.
Well, see, yeah, because they kept fighting.
I'm about to say, yeah, he kept.
They was fighting
Because they
and
didn't
stuff.
understand, they didn't understand the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it is this. I'm like Jay-Z, fuck the Grammys. Because there is no way, and there's no disrespect, but there is no way that Nas just got his first Grammy and he put out of all of these albums. Trinidad James, by the way, has a Grammy before Nas. I just want you to understand what I'm
I
saying.
understand. This is one of the arguments that I get into with most folks. Is that just because you sell records or you win Grammys does not mean you have talent. It just means you have a hell of a PR team and they can sell your product.
Well, see,
No,
Grammys
it
is a
doesn't.
little different. Grammys is not just selling records.
Yeah.
You know, this gets voted on.
There's a
So
lot.
you mean to tell
Go
me
to the
Nas
Academy
was
Awards, the
never-
same thing.
But
Academy-
Right, and that's a
But here's what
problem.
I'm trying to say. Three. There's a lot of one-hit wonders. People who
That
have
have
one
Grammys.
album that have one album versus people who put out consistent bodies of work.
product. Yeah.
You
And
can
Nas
understand-
is a staple.
like Illmatic was a groundbreaking album. When you go into the history of Illmatic, it's the first rap album that actually had different producers on it. Because at that particular time in rap, everybody was just using one producer.
Right. And this is
Um,
historic.
it was historic for that. It was groundbreaking. And it was a damn great album. When Illmatic hit, everybody went and got that album.
Right.
And for that not to have it, then he had Stillmatic, which was a good album. Then he had the song about his daughters. Like the song about his daughters, like that was a fucking phenomenal song. And it got and it went to I think the album that won was some bullshit.
And One Mic.
One Mic was one of the most creative ways. I mean, we can go to One Mic, we can go Life is a Bitch, we can go I Gave You Power, which is one of the most creative songs. And he rounds about being a fucking gun.
But here's the thing: what he ended up getting a Grammy for is not his best
That's
work.
work. Like they literally gave him a
They was
Grammy.
like, "We sorry, we
They
did all
literally
this
gave him a
all these
Grammy. Like,
years."
yo, we fucked up.
Right.
We should have gave it to you 10 years ago, but we fucked up.
Longer than
That's the
10
same
20
way.
years ago.
That's the same way I feel with Denzel and Training Day. Like he should have got an Oscar way before that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel that.
I mean,
he got a supporting
the-
role. I
yeah,
mean the
yeah.
main. But I feel the same way. So I mean, I definitely see your argument and agree with you. But I mean, it's America. It's
I mean,
what
you
we're used to.
Thing about it is they
You're
only
not supposed to
give
accept it.
You're not supposed to accept it, but you really, like you say, fuck them. Man. Really, you're not going to change their opinion of it just because whatever reason, because they're stuck in their ways. So, like you say, create your own and go for it. That's why I understand what he's saying. You know, some folks want to be accepted by mainstream media and dream for that Grammy. Some folks just want to be recognized as the top lyricals or top MC, or, by your peers and by your people in an honestly unbiased, way. And I don't have no problem with that. You know, some folks go one way, some folks go the other. Just as long as you have pride in your craft and actually love doing what you're doing, then do that shit.
It's a slap in the face. I mean, look at it like this: Macklemore or Nas.
I don't even know who that motherfucker is.
Macklemore actually beat out Kendrick Lamar, who had a fucking brilliant album. First of all, Kendrick Lamar did a song about women who's about drinking and he don't drink.
Right.
And then the album that he won against, really?
Yeah.
Like, even Macklemore, when he won, he was like, I don't deserve this. Like, that's how bad it was.
He did say that. I remember.
He was like, yo, I don't deserve this.
He
Like,
was shocked.
like he knew, like, dog. It's like you waking up with a 10 and you like, nigga, I'm a 3. I really, like, baby, I really don't deserve you.
Right. I don't think he went in thinking that he had any chance in winning.
He shouldn't have.
Would have been cool if he gave Kendrick Lamar the award. Like, man, I don't deserve this. He don't take this. That'd be cool.
So let's do
Some people have done stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do a quick music break. I'm gonna play 2 videos. I think you're gonna really like this one. I got some new videos for you.
Oh shit.
All
And
right.
I think you're gonna like this because we're going Caribbean though, this first one. So it's a lady on my Facebook named Empress Jet. She does like reggae and stuff like that, and then she does like these twerk workouts.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna reach out and touch.
Reach out and touch her.
You don't really like this one. I got
I'm just that you said it. I was just asking. I heard twerk. And yeah.
She can come on the show, but she had actually just did a show like in like Chicago. But she has a new video. At the bar we don't support it.
Right.
So so a lot of times I'll see a video. I'll be like, oh cool. And I know Lady Antoinette loves the Caribbean Club.
Yes, I do.
So we're gonna play that joint, and then the other artist I'm gonna play is ANT. We interviewed him.
Okay,
Right, I
yeah.
remember.
So he
Yeah.
finally got the video done. We're gonna
That's
play that
good.
joint.
That's
Sweet,
what's up.
sweet.
A lot of times I'll see a video. I'll be like, oh cool. And I know Lady Antoinette loves the Caribbean Club. We the only video show that don't forget about you. That joint, and then we interviewed him. So he finally got the video done.
That's great. Get the white girl. And they born there.
Might have to go for a visit, man.
Did he hit you up or anything? He could be running late, but
Online therapy is a complete game changer.
Online therapy because
Yo, Tony, where you at? Run that up, Rico.
This is the song that we played on the show, right? I think we did. I want to say we did. Because I remember him saying never back down.
Had to get the king of beers, baby.
Man, gotta stay good. Niggas think shit. It's right, yo. Sing like Mariah. Just birds on the watch, yo. It's chasing money to my pockets, big terrorists, why you fucking with the wrong ones, nigga? Back down.
That's why I asked you this.
Okay, so we're back.
Mm-hmm.
CP3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We texting your baby mama?
Nah, my potential baby mama.
Uh-oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I was texting, I was on Instagram talking to Vanessa Hutchins. I was trying to.
Oh, you know what? Be quiet.
Man, just give me one chance, man. I'm gonna put a hole in the rubber myself. She gonna have my baby.
See, you see what I'm saying? This is why
What?
we treat you the way that we do.
What?
Like, come on now.
Hey, we done had things in the past. Women, set up some men in the past, do things to, get impregnated. What's wrong with a brother trying to get ahead?
There's a lot wrong with it.
Why?
Because.
I deserve an easy vacation for a
What?
little while.
You know what?
You just want to pregnate a rich chick.
You want to be like K-Fed. That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's your idol. Your highest cyber. You numero uno.
Terrible.
I wanted Brittany. He got lucky. Motherfucker.
Well, he tried to get lucky with Shar, but.
Yeah, we're gonna have.
But they got kids together. She just took a break from her career.
Her career went nowhere.
Well, no, she took a break because of the kids.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like not really his fault, but
It is his fault, man.
I mean, he getting
You should have
money.
waited till she got more of the bag than pregnant.
Brittany, she didn't seem to care that she had a family.
She
Yeah.
dropped him up like and kept on going.
Yeah, she signed a check like I'm out. I'm out.
Kevin, you
bitches.
stay home.
I would be a great stay-at-home dad. I would be a great.
You should get
That
a shirt
scared
that said.
me.
Why?
That really
Yo,
scared me.
we should talk to Eric Cousy. You should get a shirt that said, "I will be a great
You know
stay-at-home
what?
dad."
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I found. I had a box, right? 'Cause I used to run the PTA at my kids' school when they were young.
So you can get all the kids that might have bullied your kids. You knew where they
No,
lived and everything.
I was just running things.
So you can pull up on them.
No, I mean I pulled up because I was at everything. You know what I mean? But my kids, they also knew that mommy just may pop in, and that mommy knows all the administration and all the teachers, so don't play. But in the box, I found these stickers for the PTA, like for PTA members. So I'm gonna give you some
So,
so you can wear it. Like, oh yeah, my PTA.
Yeah,
You're honorary PTA member.
Yeah, I'm potential baby daddy material.
I got a really crazy story since we're talking about husbands and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, another crazy story.
A mayor accused of fraud has a new problem. drug charges for her husband.
Gotta flip that key, baby.
That's just terrible.
Giving the whole
It's
nigga
like
the key
that's
to the city.
that's like it goes from bad to worse.
Timothy
Horrible.
Bryson arrest was the latest crisis for re-election campaign of the mayor, Lovely Warren of Rochester, New York.
What they doing up in Rochester?
Getting rich. How do you think they get rich? By cheating the government and getting in positions of power and finding ways to siphon and launder money.
So her husband, who's 42, was accused of being part of a mid-level cocaine trafficking ring charged on Thursday with drug and gun possession. What prosecutors say was a 7-month-long investigation.
Oh, they got him on some tapes.
Oh yeah, they got him recorded and everything.
6 people was charged in this connection to the case.
Oh, once they hit conspiracy,
This charge is expecting, according to the Malone County District.
And that means
Attorney.
somebody opened their mouth and told on him.
Mhm.
And they got him on tape.
Throw them burners away, boy.
Now the mayor was not charged, but
Yeah,
she's
but
on-
that's a
but she's
bad
on-
look.
but she's already under fraud investigation.
Oh, she's gonna get linked to it because that's her
No.
husband somehow. They're gonna find a way to link her to it.
Their
So let me-
finances,
no, let
and
me
that's
just-
probably where the fraud came from.
But the crazy thing is like this. So let me just tell you who has family members that's been incarcerated. When something like this happens, it's like a 6 or 7. That's usually like a fed charge. For the drug check.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like a 99.999999% conviction rate. Like, that's not the Law and Order shit that you see on TV. You know, where, oh my God, he got off. No, that's no. These niggas have been watching you for months.
That's
Right.
Like real talk. So when my brother got arrested, like about a year later, we got joints from the feds saying our phones were tapped. Like on some real shit. So it's like they don't just investigate you, nigga.
They investigate everybody.
They investigate everybody, your whole family.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a personal question. I have an actual personal dilemma going in my life with actually someone that's incarcerated in my family.
Okay.
I want to know how you guys feel about it. All right, my cousin, we're basically the same age. My father's brother's son. I don't call him my uncle because he wasn't shit. And
He always finds a way.
I gotta put it out there. And he got locked up 15 years ago. I don't know if you guys remember when the young lady got killed on federal property by her husband. That was my cousin.
He killed her?
He was stepping out on her over and over again. I was telling him, man, you got a good lady at home, you need to chill out. He found out that she stepped out on him one time. He went to her job and killed her. So, long
that's a
story
federal
short,
charge.
yeah, so he's about to get out. And I talked to his sister a while back. You know, our family isn't real close, so we spoke, you know, in passing. And she told me that he was going to reach out because, you know, he was about to get out soon. Then lo and behold, I get a text from a crazy number of him, you know, still uneducated, still can't spell. But I have deciphered the text and shit. But he basically wants to, you know, reconnect and, you know, saying he wants to, you know, get the family together, boom, you know, what everybody say when they get out. And I don't know how I feel about that. How would you guys feel about it? And being, I got to add the other part, before he got locked up, he did some fucked up shit to me
Oh, what
that had my dad looking and told my dad some lies on some bullshit because I was trying to hang out, take him under my wing. He saw some of the extracurricular activities that I had going on, and him and his dad ran their mouth, and yeah, I almost fucked him up over that. And that was right before he ended up killing his wife.
So you need to have a conversation. That's the first thing. First of all, at the end of the day, he's still family. I'm gonna be real with you. I have cut members of my family off,
Yeah, all I have to.
and so I can't sit here and tell you to make it work. However, you know, it seems like you're conflicted with just the way he moves in general. That was years ago. He may not move the same way. So you have to keep that in mind. People do change, people do grow. Whether or not he did is something that I guess you would have to find out. We can't necessarily tell you exactly what to do, but you need to talk to him and kind of and air out your issues as well. You know, and he may want to reach out to you, may want to talk to you because he may have an apology, because you got to think about it. When you're locked up, that's all they think about. They review everything in their lives, you know. And some people, not all, but some people come to a conclusion of like, oh man, I need to go reach out to this person, and I need to squash this with this person,
Damn, sure put me off guard.
Yeah, because when you get cut off from everything and everybody, you start to look over some things. So it's a possibility that he's changed, but I guess it's up to you to figure out whether or not he's gonna move or operate in a better way.
I mean, yeah, we were never really that close. We just tried to,
So I'll tell you this: some people on their road to recovery, like anything, like even being an addict, you have to make amends.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's opening the door to make amends, it's one thing.
Yeah.
If he's opening the door because he's going for fuckboy shit, it's another.
Yeah.
You have to decide that, and you have to judge a person by their actions.
Yeah.
Like I said, my older brother has been in, and I will always ride for my older brother, but we have a good relationship.
yeah.
So no matter what, like that's it. I got family members, like one of my cousins, he's been in and out too, just like my father. I talk to him every now and then, and even when he got out, I wanted to be closer to him, but then some of the stuff he was doing, I just couldn't because he still do the gang shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to judge him, but at the same time, I can't be part of it. I'm close to 50.
Man, that's that, yeah.
I can't be, I'm saying associated, but I don't want to be associated with a situation where you throwing up blood, gang, and you a year younger than me.
Yeah.
At some point, we have to grow out of our certain ways. I can't do what I did when I was 20.
Yeah.
At 40, about to be 47. I can't do that, and I shouldn't. I have to be smarter in how I move, and the people on in that same direction. That doesn't mean I don't love him. That just means I can't fuck with him. I can love him from a distance.
Exactly.
And I won't be having him at my house for cookout. But if he needs something, if he really needs something, he can call me.
Right.
If he calls me and says, yo, I'm out in the street, I ain't got nowhere to go, I need some food, let me cash out you money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta, some people you gotta love from afar.
No doubt.
Some people you can't put them in your house because you put them in your house and they may not be ready to grow and they even stump your growth.
Yep. And they would disrupt everything.
Amen.
So you kind of have to be mindful that he may have changed, but you got to be protective of yourself.
No, yeah, I ain't got time for no bullshit. But I mean, like I said, when I was reached out to him, because he didn't live with his piece of shit dad. He stayed with his mom, and she stayed. I forgot where they lived at. But he came back in the area. My cousins encouraged me to reach out to him, so we started hanging. I was around his hood, Like I said, I was doing some things back in the day.
But the real question is, are you ready to forgive? Because if you ain't ready, then there's no conversation.
Yeah.
I mean,
are you ready?
Honestly, I have to let it go because I took it
That's not
personally.
answering the question.
Well, I mean,
are you ready?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because it entails my dad. I haven't decided how I feel about it because that was one of the last impressions my dad had of me before he passed away.
So you're not ready. Then be honest. Be like, yo, dog.
Well, I hadn't thought about it. That's
why.
But
you also can think about it like this: is there anything that he can do or say to make it right? If you can't think of anything that he can do or say to make it right, there's no point of talking to him.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, my dad's gone, so there's nothing he can do to say about it now.
Well, I'm talking about to make you feel comfortable.
Well, like I said, it's been so long, I hadn't even thought about it. Now with him hitting me up, it just all the stuff. Yeah, so that's why I'm like.
You gotta think about it like this. And I read a book by Ivana Vespas, and just because a person says they sorry doesn't mean that you're ready to accept it.
True.
And
or that you have to. You're not obligated to accept the apology.
And I once had a person do something shitty to me, and they said they were sorry, and I told them, sure, I don't care for your apology. And they said, that's kind of pride. And I was like, why is it pride?
I had the same thing.
Because I'm apologizing because I did something wrong and you're not accepting that. So I think that's not me. I said, well, this is going to teach you not to do it again.
Pretty much.
Just because you say you're sorry. I said, I'm not a person that you can say I'm sorry to all the time. I said, like, dog, when I tell you I'm done, like, I'm done. Like, I'm so done. Like, I am an overcooked steak done.
Maybe that's a June baby thing. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done with you. Okay? Bye.
So, you know, I had a manager do that to me. Like, she fucked up my day, and then she came in and was like, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, so don't hear about it.
Yeah.
And then she's like, can I talk to you? I'm getting dressed to go home. And she's like, I said, you want to stop my podcast? I said, no. And I said, I'm not like these other people here.
Yeah.
I am me. I said, just because you say sorry doesn't mean I care.
Yeah.
Period.
No.
You shouldn't have did it in the first place.
Right. But don't be petty, but at the same time, don't accept an apology that you're not ready.
Yeah.
And it's okay to verbalize your issues. Like I said, you need to have a conversation with him and you can air out your issues that you have. You know, and honestly, that may open the door for the conversation and you can legit see where their head is at. I once told somebody what they did wrong. I was very specific what they did wrong, how I felt about it, and they tried to make an excuse after they apologized, meaning you didn't really mean that apology. So therefore, I'm not accepting that apology, and you can kick rock.
Great, and said,
I'm quick to tell people, yeah, you pissing me off, or I don't want to talk about this, and they be like, I'm sorry. No, you're not be sorry. We done.
Right.
Like, conversation over. I've been decided. I'm on to the next subject. And I just leave it like that.
don't be sorry, ho, be careful.
So,
Oh no, he didn't finish that tequila. Oh,
so let me talk about be careful. Since this is what to be careful of, that segue into this next segment. CP3, this is why I want you to be careful.
be careful. Like right now, be careful.
Brazilian artist MC Kevin falls to his death trying to hide a threesome from wife allegedly.
How you hide a threesome and balls?
So the 23-year-old star, who was a
23.
newlywed, was allegedly in a romp with a model and a fellow musician artist when the incident happened.
Was the musician male or female? Because if it was male, that is not a threesome, that's a G.
You never know.
So
It may have
the
been.
I just had to make
popular
my
artist in
point.
Brazil died after falling from the hotel balcony after reportedly trying to avoid getting caught by his wife while having a threesome. A local publication reported that MC Kevin and a friend hooked up with a model.
Yep. There you go. Right there.
Now, see, when I saw the report that came out earlier, at first it had said that he was trying to jump into the pool, which was 4 stories down, and he missed.
No.
Now,
He's hiding
151 just broke down the real story
story.
behind it. See, this is why. Okay, guys, listen. You want to have a threesome, you have to get the consent of your lady, dog. That's the only way it's going to work.
No.
Then you're going to be jumping to your death.
His wife was not involved.
Exactly.
At all.
Sometimes you
But
have
she was
some
in the
wives,
hotel.
like she was in the hotel, but sometimes wives, you have some wives that don't mind.
But
that
wait a minute, I just want to, so notice, I want you to get the wording of what I just said.
Yes, his friend.
So they don't say, they said his friend.
Don't say if it
another
was a male or female. It just said his
They
friend.
just say his friend. So,
Which might be another reason why he was jumping on.
no, that's not the reason of the train.
No. What I just said.
Oh
It may
yeah,
have been a
maybe
threesome.
he said he was what, Spanish, French. Yeah, they
No,
go
Brazilian.
Brazil. Oh yeah. They got them. Other folks over there. That's born one way and dress
Oh
another.
my God.
I'm not trying to get in trouble with the alphabet community. I'm just saying I could see that happening.
You don't like us to have viewers and
No, I'm not saying nothing that's wrong. I'm not
Us to
saying
be on
nothing.
the
There's no
platform.
disrespect in.
So I want you to, okay, so I'm reading this other part.
Uh-oh.
So in other news, MC Kevin, real name, I can't pronounce his last name, so
Yeah.
I get that part.
Alphabet.
Was staying in the Bristol Hotel in Rio de Janeiro this Sunday. He was in talk with a fellow artist, Victor Fontaine, just outside the establishment. The man met with 26-year-old Bianca, whatever her last name is.
Better not say.
The model, and she was invited up to NC Kevin's suite. NC Kevin was married just 3 weeks prior.
Posted on Instagram and everything.
33-year-old criminal lawyer. I'm not gonna say her name.
Oh.
That's why he
staying
jumped.
in the hotel on the
She about to
13th
take
floor
everything.
while her husband was in the suite on the 5th floor.
So wait, she's 10 years older.
Yes.
They've only been married for 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and you already getting caught up.
He's a musician.
So before
It doesn't matter.
NC Kevin believed that his
He
wife
ain't
was
no
at the
fool.
door of the bedroom, and it being said that what's the name of the niggas went to blows. And it appears that Kevin was attempting to scale down from the balcony suite to another balcony below, but slipped and plunged to the
So
ground.
she walked up in there.
See, that's
And caught him.
that's the signs of domestic abuse. He's trying to get away.
Whatever.
Niggas, he must have been
No,
putting his
he
hands
know
on
his
him,
whole
and he rather die
his
than
whole
get
life
abused.
was gonna
and
So
die.
first of all,
That's what he knows.
it was him and his man. They was running the train.
Running the train on the
that
bottom.
we don't
Yeah,
know that.
we don't. Or they could have, it's.
They could
We're not going to go there, okay? I'm not trying
because
to.
let's be real, we've heard some rumors about people in the music industry here.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
true
true.
that.
Okay,
We're
so
not-
we
we're
don't
not-
know. We just know that they're calling it a threesome, and there may be a reason for that.
You know what? We don't need to go there.
It could be the truth. I just feel
It
real.
could be, but I don't need to know about that. Like some of the stuff y'all just
But
spoke
I don't
about.
understand. Like this is not the first
So
time
his
we
wife,
heard.
actually with the king of blows with the chick.
Right, because she probably knew the chick.
I mean, the
First
fact
of all,
that
if your wife's a lawyer, nigga, don't even sneak
yeah, I
around.
don't know why you even try to even. You're a musician trying to get
And
on.
then what did you think scaling it? You thought, oh, I wasn't there. You gonna tell her that? You
No.
gonna tell her you wasn't there? You scaling out the
No, but what do you parkour?
He maybe thought he could do it. He might have just watched Spider-Man or
But
something.
why?
Who knows?
This is not the
Let me
first
tell you
time we've
something.
heard of somebody dying because of a threesome. Let's
No,
be real.
no, let me tell you something.
Almost dying just getting out of somebody's
First of all, he
window.
wasn't even on the fourth floor, he was on the fifth floor. Mother man from the fifth floor.
Yeah, he had to.
You just
Second of
gotta-
all,
you just gotta swing it out.
Second of all, if I'm looking out the window and I'm thinking, beat down by my wife or fall to my death by the window, I'm thinking gonna choose A. I'd rather take the beat down by my wife.
Yeah,
There's only been in a situation.
I mean,
where-
the worst she can do is kick me in my nuts, but I can still live.
but what did she see?
Second of all, if
Because let's be real.
and I'm thinking,
If it was a real threesome, okay, and the wifey walked in,
take the beat down by my wife.
your career may be over.
I mean,
You ain't gonna have no money. She a lawyer. She about to take you for
She gonna take
everything.
but I can still breathe.
So he probably was like, you know what? Let me roll out. But real talk, like why? I don't understand this.
I don't know
Like,
what situation outside of a nigga holding the gun to me that's gonna make me think I can be Spider-Man.
Yeah, see, I've never been in a situation
This
like
is
that with a
crazy.
husband.
You
I've-
haven't?
Not, I
That's
mean,
surprising.
I've dated a married. Well, I ain't gonna say dated. I was with a married woman.
uh-huh.
You dated a married woman.
No,
Yeah,
he was
I was
smashing.
smashing a
You
married
was
woman.
fucking a married woman.
Yeah, and the only time her husband found out because he found a picture of my dick on her phone. He never, knew who it was.
These ratchet tails.
Yo, shout out to my man Black Scope. He watched. I just seen him at the mall yesterday. He was like, "Man, your man CP3 stages doing good."
And it's crazy because
It's
he
the
don't listen
CP3
to us.
Chronicles,
We try to
man.
tell him,
Yo.
like, bro, you be doing too much.
Yo, it's like I told him in the mall. We actually gonna have him on. I'm gonna set a date for him to come on because we just gonna talk hip hop. He's actually the guy that before these motherfuckers started saying DMV shit. He actually said this shit 20 years ago. Like I had it on my track board and everything. Like he's a rhymer, battle expert, good spitter, good dude. But he was like, y'all, we was just talking yesterday. Like, your man CB3, man, he be saying some wild shit.
This is my therapy. This is my therapy, y'all. Y'all don't realize that. This is where I get the stuff off I can't get off my chest on a daily basis because of what I do.
But so the Brazilian rapper, yo, I'm not disrespecting because he dead, but if they saying a threesome with two guys and a girl, to me, in my opinion, that means that one of the homosexual activities is going on. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying.
A threesome is not worth dying over.
Never.
I'm sorry.
But you remember those two guys who it was supposed to be, they called it a threesome, but it may be a traditional, like, oh, two guys, one girl, which you guys had just conveniently said it was a train.
Yeah, there's no
But
such thing as a threesome with
The
two guys.
guy shot the other guy because he said that he was pretty much hogging the girl and he took his turn.
You're supposed to share your half of the torso.
What I'm saying is that how is it that people
Because there's G
who
etiquette.
clearly are not mentally, they're not there, they're not
Because
together.
they just looking at it as pussy. And it is in a situation where I'm gonna get me a nut off.
But don't have a threesome when you are not in a position to do so, because
Even black
threesome should never be deadly.
So
True.
black folk even agrees. You know, all three men we agree that like when you got another dude,
Yeah, it's not a
that's just a
threesome.
choo-choo, nigga.
That's a train.
But that's why I keep saying to y'all, like in this situation, we don't know.
You don't know, they are Brazilian, so.
But I
I mean,
mean,
but no shade to anybody from Brazil. It's just at the end of the day,
Y'all know where y'all
nowadays,
we know what happens. Over.
But that's
We're
my
not dog.
thing.
We're not saying you're bad.
we're
people.
talking about this is 2021. Okay, let's keep that in mind. This is the music business, even though they're in Brazil.
Yeah.
It's the music business, and something was tragic enough to make him jump out that window. Okay, so if
Was
it
the
was a
pussy that
traditional
bad?
threesome for real, and his wife walked in on that, yeah,
I mean,
you in
that's.
trouble.
I mean, like I say,
She might have tried to kill him. Who's to
it's a
say if he
possibility.
stayed, she would have,
I mean, that's always a possibility. But I mean, a threesome isn't worth dying over. Like I said, I mean, I might be speaking because I've had my fair share of fun in a threesome situation, which is 2 ladies and 1 man, just to clarify that. But
Have you ever had a train?
yes, I have.
we're not surprised.
There's only once.
We're not
I've
surprised.
had over.
I'm surprised it's
20
only once.
Yes, I've only. I didn't. It was cool,
But I
but
feel like you had a train
it
run
was
on
it
you
was too
too.
much, huh?
You've had a train run on you too.
Yeah, but that's different. It was 2 female. Now, how's that a train with 2 female?
Were they interacting with each other?
Yeah, that's a threesome.
You probably got one.
You ever had more than 2 females?
Yeah, I had a foursome one time for my 40th birthday. It was kind of good. It was kind of. I had it's a tape somewhere that she was supposed to send me.
Whoa.
It's a tape out there on somebody's
So
iCloud.
you have a tape.
Yeah,
Boy.
it was me, 2 bisexual chicks, and a lesbian chick. That wasn't as much of a lesbian as she thought she was.
You know what? I'm just gonna bring it. So anyway, lady, after that, I got some new music for you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's the new Renegade joint.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Crank it up, Pedro.
CP3 stories only represented by CP3.
Right.
These are CP3 Chronicles, baby. Hey, it's coming out in your web series soon, baby. Stay tuned.
You hate me for my honesty, every single morning, and that is my monogamy. On the brown gold, and ain't no pain, way too much, and a lot of niggas down to me. Hard as a giant.
That's first the nigga
I told you, man. I ain't been drinking since y'all been gone, man. I'm already hot. It's hot like 5, man.
I told you when I drink, I get really, really hot, and then I'll cool down. So hopefully you'll cool down a little bit. Boy, we're high. Hopefully.
Even when you fucking be slave, they every cry me. They only know how to be slave and act too cowardly.
We still on camera.
I know.
Oh, okay. I just wanted you to know
I know. I
that.
was about to reach forward, and I looked. I was like, oh shit.
I can't believe it. You get stuck
I told you it's been 2 weeks. I've been bottled up. Like, ah.
Like that, you let that drink. Oh. What? We can adjust it. No,
I knew I was in trouble. Like, oh, wrong turn.
I said, man, I reminded him that time we had a gas station over there, and I'm like this, and he said, oh, I was like, what? He said, I mixed 2 steps. That was terrible.
And I'll never forget that time nigga hit that 151 the other day.
I think it was that day. We got
Nah,
stuck.
that was another day. I looked at the phone and I got
So I still can't account for those 3 hours, man.
He was missing $40.
I don't know what happened. I was missing 6.
That was the week before I came.
Yeah.
Because I came one day and then I didn't come like and that was the week before I came.
I still know what happened in that 3 hours.
Yo, we got a disclaimer real quick. CP3 says some wild shit because he's getting fucked up right now on this Mexican tequila.
He over here.
Yeeba!
Oh, see,
So that's the new joint. That's the new joint. Renegade. We recorded when we was in Atlanta.
Okay, nice.
all right, Renegade. Shout out to you.
Yeah. We go on, like I said, especially we all can go down there on the 6th and
For grown up.
yeah, just tear that motherfucker.
Yeah, we
up.
might got to ride out, baby.
We recorded when we was in Atlanta. You know it.
When his voice goes high, just a disclaimer for anybody new.
Oh, it's gonna be on and
His voice
popping.
gets high. He's a little done.
Oh yeah, I'm tipsy.
Yeah,
I'm
he
feeling
don't know
good.
how to act.
I'm feeling good.
Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah. Told you it's been some stressful weeks, man. I missed you guys, man. This is my outlet. I feel this is my therapy. This is what keeps me sane,
Give me
man.
some of that.
I need this.
Cash.
Yeah, man. I need this every week. I can get all the frustration off my chest. You know, these females ain't acting right.
You know what?
They
I
ain't.
feel like it's you.
I play a part in it.
Yeah, a
But
big
it's-
part.
But I'm honest in what I say, and it's not my fault that people can't take honesty nowadays.
But how do you say it?
Right. Your
With
delivery.
care.
What? No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
What the kind of secret is like this? I'm gonna be honest. Like I say fucked up shit, and I know I say fucked, but I own fucked up shit.
I mean, I know I
Like
say
dog,
some
like-
fucked
like-
up
like
shit.
dog.
But you don't admit to it.
No, like recently, I haven't said fucked up shit. I've been real and I've been compassionate and and
Stop right there.
sympathetic
Stop
and all
right
of
there.
that
Stop right there.
bullshit.
Stop right there.
Uh,
When you are real,
uh,
being real means you say fucked up shit. Sometimes you gotta tell people shit they don't want to hear when you real.
But acknowledge that that's what it is.
but see, when I would do that before, they would say I was cold and unfeeling because the choice of words that I would use. That's why I try to think about it and try to think about it from their perspective and try to sugarcoat it so it isn't so rough
But
like
you
it used to
thinking
be.
about it does
Oh,
not
you move it up
change.
now.
Yeah, I lube it up. Yeah, I spit on it. You know,
Hold
I
on,
don't even get the
here's the
KY.
thing.
I just spit on it.
I'm not buying it because I feel like you're thinking about it, but you're still doing it.
No, but I'm doing it in
You
a
see
better
how you
way.
lost? You see
No, because I'm doing it in a better way than I used to do it. I used to be uncut, unfiltered. You know, I don't fuck with you no more. Get out.
I used to say all the time that, you know,
But I say please now.
I used to try to help. You know, I used to be like, yeah, I'm gonna help you find a girl. Like, I used to try to help. I'm done. I'm not helping.
You done?
I can't help her no more.
So-
And then plus, I'm gonna run out of people to help. You know, try to suggest it. I can't hook you out with nobody.
I already told when you first said you were going to do it. What did I tell you? It's going to be a difficult time.
One more try. I don't think
She
I
ain't got no
no
more
friends.
friends. I don't think she got no more friends. Cause,
That's not that's gonna talk to you under these circumstances.
because I'm straightforward. Either we going to be text buddies, we going to be fuck buddies, or we just going to be friends. Just tell me what the fuck you want. Don't try to string me along and tell me, yeah, we're going to meet up and yeah, you want to do this and do that. And when the time comes, I don't hear from you. What the fuck? Just tell me what it is. If we just text buddies, cool. I'm cool with that. Sometimes I need somebody just to, you know, text with when I'm bored at work or something. That's cool. But if you're talking about giving the cheeks up, don't read anything on the cheeks.
So does text buddy include dick pics and pussy pics?
Yes, they did.
What
Well-
if she doesn't want to?
That's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Mhm.
You do know that sometimes people are conflicted and they're not sure what they want to do.
Yeah, but don't
Or
tell
they
me
may
you.
change their mind.
Yeah, but don't tell me you are showing them may not be woman enough to say if you change. If you change your mind, that's cool. That's your right. I'm not going to be mad at you. Everybody changes their mind.
Okay.
But just be woman enough about it. The same way you say man up and yada, yada, yada. Woman up that shit. If you say something and you change your mind, be woman enough to say. I'm not going to stop liking you because you change your mind. Sex is cool. I love sex. But if we have a good relationship, friendship, whatever, I'm not going to throw that away just because I'm not hitting the cheeks yet. I know I'm going to get the draws. I just got to be patient.
Right there, right there.
I know
Like,
the draws.
I was about to be like, oh, that's nice. But then when you said that part,
I'm just saying because
Wow.
I know I'm gonna get it. So why am I gonna be impatient about it?
So I got a video I want to play, but first I want to talk about
arrogant.
this.
Remember what you said about
Get very
Mayweather?
arrogant, Floyd Mayweather.
I'm just saying.
All right, Floyd.
So CPD, I got a video I want to play. It's a new video from Royalty.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, my people.
But I also want to talk about this, and then we'll go into the video.
Okay.
So Russell Simmons sues his ex-wife, Kamala Lee Simmons, and her ex-husband. Basically, they had a joint account, and her husband who she's married now, is done an investigation for like fraud and money laundering.
Yep.
And it's coming out that he may have used some of her funds. Some of the funds that they have from a joint business together for some of his money laundering.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
Unfortunately,
And wait a minute, and Russell Simmons is, I don't say he's in hiding, but he's in isolation in a non-expeditious country because of the allegations of
yeah.
him for years being very forcibly aggressive to a couple of women.
Yeah. Well, that honestly has nothing to do with this case.
Okay.
But I feel bad for Kimora because it sounds like she's literally caught up in the middle. I'm not sure how her husband had access to the account, but it was a joint account between Kimora and Russell.
Yes. And they've done businesses
Right, together
for many
and
years.
they have had a good relationship, a good working relationship, and they're cordial to each other. You know, things like they get along. And so now this husband that she has put all of that in jeopardy.
Well, is it the husband or did she aid in helping him get the money?
Well, that's the thing. That's why I said I'm kind of curious to see how he got access to that account. But with that said, anybody who knows anything about banks, if she's on a joint account with Russell and she's on a joint account with her husband, if in fact that joint account that she has with her husband has issues, like let's say it goes into the negative or something like that, right? It gets overdrawn. They will take from any account she's on.
That is correct. That's why I had to close my account at TD Bank because me and Renegade had an account and I had another account in good standing. And then when the other account got low, they would pull from my checking account.
Yep.
And I was
So
like,
anybody who knows anything about banking, it could have been that situation. That's
might have been.
speculation. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
But it could literally be a way that he got a hold of it that she did not know about, because I can't see her putting that relationship with Russell in jeopardy.
Because all it is that if you have bank accounts at the same bank, like I said, it tends to pull.
Or
I had TD Bank and they did that to me.
right. Or he could have like picked up her phone and did something, or got her card and did something.
We don't know.
We don't really know. And Kimora has been a very smart businesswoman all these years. So for her to be in that situation, I really feel bad for her. I mean, I don't blame Russell for trying to get his money back if that's what happened, because it's like you laundering money and you took some of my money. What? Yeah. I don't blame him for trying to get that money back, but I just feel bad for Kimora in that
So
situation.
now it puts a strain on their relationship.
It puts a
And-
strain
and-
on all relationships.
And now I don't know if I can do business with you.
So
Even though we got kids.
obviously her husband, her current husband, obviously that's going to put some issue on him, because not only did you take from this account that you're not even on, and you were laundering money,
Yes.
and that looks bad on her, and she's a businesswoman, like I said, but then you messed up this relationship over here,
A 20-year relationship.
Yeah. So, nah.
See, you your thoughts.
The nigga took my idea. I'm mad. I like Kimora, man. When they broke up, I was
What do
like,
you
yeah.
mean he took your idea? Your idea was to marry Kimora and launder money from her and Russell's account?
I know where to get some of that Simmons money. You goddamn right.
This is right. This right here.
That's
This right here.
No more.
what that Mexican tequila
Like when
do,
we
baby.
no, don't blame the tequila because you like this all the time.
I'm just saying, I'm ready for the come up, man. I've been working for a long time.
Yeah, but my thing is, why you gotta be trifling to get that coming up?
Because sometimes you gotta fight dirty to get what you
You're
want.
giving an excuse to being trifling.
No, because when you fight by rules and be a stand-up guy, you get trampled on.
Here we go.
Sometimes,
Here we
hey,
go.
it's the truth. Hey, the 151, we ain't talked about
It's
it.
true.
When we wasn't shit,
Yeah.
we had everything at our disposal whenever we wanted. But now that we stand-up dudes and trying to be right,
I'm gonna be real with
we
you.
getting shitted
I
on.
believe that the good guy can win. I've always believed that. That's why I don't deal with bad guys. I deal with the good guys. I'm not the girl. that
And
goes
what happened with the good guys you were dealing with? Some of them become stalkers. Some of them don't know how to
And
act.
they wasn't the good guys. If they don't know how to act and become a stalker, they're not the good guys.
So Lady Anthony, I gotta address a housekeeping issue real quick.
Oh Lord.
Why you always say that?
Because it's always you about to cut somebody out.
Yeah, I'm about to sit down and get my beat meter rated.
Who's the person that? But you should probably tell me off air, because you know how he do.
I'm not saying
You about to cut somebody mama out.
I'm not.
You done did that before.
Come through the studio,
Yes,
Mom.
I have. So, Blessing, Bando, Toki, Box.
You know what? He can't
I'm an
say
artist from South Africa. Please check out my video. So if you haven't liked, shared, and subscribed to the podcast or anything like that, why would I check out your video?
I need you to run the name back.
Yeah,
No. That joint.
I bet you that I don't care.
We don't need him to
I
run
thought,
that
it was
back.
I thought it was a haiku or some shit.
So
He sat up for that name. When you start trying to pronounce the name,
I was
he
like,
sat back like, huh?
is the
And
nigga
the thing
spitting the
is-
poem?
he says, I'm an artist from South Africa. Please check out my video. But the thing is, I have no problem checking out the video, but you should have DM'd me that. It should not be in the comments. And if you do put it in the comments, you should at least share the show. At least share the show to like 10 different groups in Africa or something. If you haven't done that, then you can't. Then if you're not supporting the show, why would I support your video? Like on the real. So I'm not even trying to be mean because I've been a lot worse.
Man, we just spitting facts, baby.
He doing well. He doing well. I'm actually proud of him. He didn't curse or anything.
Quick scoring update. The Capitals and Bruins game is tied 0-0 going into the second period.
Ooh,
End of the first period. I'll keep you updated if anything happens
Okay.
before we get up.
thank you.
So we're gonna play a new video from Royalty.
Our people.
But I understand something. We do support independent music, but we also need you to support. That means like, share, subscribe, and the same way you want us not just to watch your video and to comment your video, you gotta do the same for us. And please, if you haven't shared it to nobody, don't request us to do the same to you. That's all I'm asking. Because some of these conversations go like this. Most of these conversations go a completely different way.
Okay.
Right.
3 power minutes and ain't scoring 1. Come on.
That's all I'm asking. Because some of these conversations go like this. Hey yo, I was about to go in.
I'm everything you said, I'm responding to that person.
Don't get access to shit you did just like go school, but you ain't done nothing for us. Normally I like
so hard. When you come straight from Kickstarter. You want my shop? You want it? You want I can't take no more. Can't take no more. When you look, it's me the back down. Oh my God.
Why won't it won't let me tag you?
do that. I mean, if I can.
Don't you know the pressure? Blood sugar for the night, so front and they don't call me good for them. He be hungry. Him like dumpling. Bold, I think. It's a
All they can do is him have to walk it.
oh my God.
Yeah, it's not showing. I don't know why was that.
Yeah, tell him to be in his field. Pressure.
Right?
Yo, I fucking love World.
They be putting pressure on people.
No, honestly, they got a little skate challenge going on. No, I had to pull up on them motherfuckers in Charlotte. When they in Charlotte, you had to pull up on their ass.
All we gotta do is make a phone call. You know, we got Paul the boxing guy down there in Charlotte. You gotta make a phone call. We can make it happen, baby.
There you go. Right.
But I love their work though. They always put in work. Yo, for real, Mr. Woods from Royalty, dog, he go to the gym, but he be doing stuff with his mom, going on walks. Like, I fucks with that because it's a good family environment. Dog.
Right.
It makes me happy when I see people.
No doubt.
Yo, for real, Mr. Woods from
So,
I don't know if you remember this person, Sinead O'Connor.
yes, I remember.
She's claiming in her memoirs or whatever that Prince
What's
She
she claiming?
about to pull up in Ireland.
hold on.
Where's she pulling?
Let me-
Where she living at now? She living in the States now, or she
I
still
hope
overseas?
She about to pull up in Ireland.
That's where she is
I
now?
think she's still in Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you know sometimes they be moving.
You got your passport, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm. We ain't got bail money for Irish people. I don't know what their currency is over there.
But
own land
so
in
she's
Scotland.
claiming that Prince attacked her with a pillow, and then she walked out of his house and stalked her while she walked down the street.
Okay. Attack her with the pillow.
Yeah.
So your claim is that Prince had a pillow fight with you, and you left, and you walked down the street, and he was walking behind you, probably telling you to come back?
So Sinead O'Connor has a new memoir out, and it contains a really wild story about the late legend Prince. The Irish pop star O'Connor alleged that Prince chastised, once she was allegedly chastised by Prince for her swearing and thumping down in a pillow fight after she was invited to his Hollywood home. The singer, aka whatever the fuck her name is now, was summoned to Prince to the Hollywood mansion back in 1991, a year after scoring the biggest hit of her career with the cover of the Purple Rain icon, Nothing Compares to You.
That was my shit too.
But when meeting the memoir, the reason Sinead details the encounter, remembering, according to an expert obtained by the New York Times, she alleged that Prince chastised her for swearing in interviews, handling his butler to serve up soup, and she repeatedly refused it, and sweetly suggesting a pillow fight, only to be thumped with something hard as she slipped into a pillowcase.
I got something hard for you to get thumbed with, baby.
Well, hold on. It sounds like she was being an entire diva.
She was.
She's cursing everybody out, including his butler. And Prince, if anybody knows, and I'm a Prince fan,
Don't play that shit.
he don't do that. He was raised Jehovah's Witness. He was very strict about certain things. You're not about to be doing all that.
And she was shocked the way that she was treated. She was being treated, and so they escaped on foot in the middle of the night, waiting for Prince to stalk her with his car, and ultimately leaving out of the vehicle, chasing her down on the highway. Which I really don't think.
Okay, no, I believe that, but I believe that the way she's presenting it probably isn't quite accurate. First of all, you don't like the way you were treated, but yet you were being a diva treating other people wrong. So his butler, Like, why were you doing all kinds of stuff to the butler? And then, based off of what she's saying, she walked down the street. She walked to the highway, and he's behind her in the car
Probably telling her to come
to
back.
get in the car.
So, out of everything, I don't have a problem with. This is what I have a problem I'm about to read.
Okay.
Although the two didn't get along, Shanae is proud of her version of Nothing Compares to You and takes full ownership of the track's success, stating, as far as I'm concerned, it's my song. Bitch, you will never be Prince.
So, here's the problem. Is that all that she said before I...
That's why I stopped reading.
Okay. Because here's my issue, and this happens quite a bit. Why are you saying all of this after this man is gone and can't defend himself, cannot give his account?
Because I bet you it'll be a different story.
It wasn't a story.
But
while he was alive.
she's nobody. She's just trying to get some notoriety and 10 minutes out of it, and that's it.
And to say that's my song,
No.
we wouldn't know that song if it wasn't Prince.
First of all, Prince has so many songs. Ridiculous amount because he wrote under so many different names. Prince was a vice president at Warner Brothers Music. Prince actually was one of the few artists that started the whole internet revolution with music.
He is
That's the random as mother.
CP3 is done over here.
So when you say these things like you bigger than Prince, like no, you use the Prince song.
Sit all the way down.
Get the straight jacket and a muzzle. Like shut the fuck up.
But you know what? I feel like over the years, when you really sit back and think about her and her career, there are a few times where it was she was in a negative light for some things.
She's not a negative light though. She's more famous for tearing a picture of the Pope than any of her music. So when you acting like that, you own Slim.
Yeah, she needs to sit down.
She needs to sit down.
And what you're not going to do is try to tell the story to paint him in a negative light.
And then talk about I feel like I own this.
But at the end of the day, you to your own admission, you were in there being a holy tired beaver. And he chastised you. You didn't like that. And he probably didn't have nothing in that pillow.
Yeah, it was probably a fucking pillow.
And she was embarrassed. And that's why she left. And so she sounds like somebody who she doesn't understand being chastised.
No,
that's what that was.
Because she's one of those people that was a diva.
Yeah, it was probably
For what reason, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. You don't know what I'm saying. I always thought she was a skinhead.
I mean,
something about a white woman with a bald head that I still haven't had a chance to experience.
You know what?
I've had a black woman with a bald head.
So what's the difference?
I don't know. I want to find out.
So you just want to fuck a white woman with a bald
He
head?
just wanted to
Yeah,
say
just like when I met with an
need
Asian,
you
I want to
to-
see if it was slanted or not.
he be saying some of the most ignorant things out of his mouth.
The look on her face was right. I told you I missed you, man.
You just be extra ignorant to that.
That's 2 weeks worth.
It's like one of them bad kids that they bad but they pay attention. No, Dad, I got in trouble at school and it's only because I missed you.
Yeah.
What?
He's like one of them bad kids, and when the teacher comes back, he's like,
I'm just saying, you
Oh,
know.
teacher, you gonna go on vacation? Oh, you want to have a doctor's appointment? Wait till you get back.
I got something for you.
You got sick for a week?
Hey, it's always, like I said, I've had a bald-headed, black chick. Never had a bald-headed white chick.
What difference do it make?
I don't
like,
know. It might be something different. I want to find out. I'm an explorer.
Yeah, clearly.
So what if she has bald head but has a bush down there? We gonna do.
Yeah, she got more hair down there than on her head.
Is it tapered?
Yeah.
What if it's not a bush, nigga?
Diving in, fuck it.
Would you still live with a bush?
He would.
Yeah, I have.
See?
Yeah. It's manicured. As long as it's manicured, I can't be everywhere. The same way they want us to manscape, they got a lady skate, man.
So you would lick if she still had a bush?
Yeah, I like shaving, I like trim, I like clean shaving, but
Nigga,
I don't discriminate. Like I said, I don't discriminate. Pussy is pussy.
Nigga, you like this sort of chick, don't you?
Yeah, I
You like
do.
that big boxer sort of chick.
Gotta have variety, baby. One day you pull it out, you get the wavy. Next way you pull it out, you get the crispy. Next way you pull it out, you get the nacho Dorito. Yee-bye. You know what I'm saying?
You need help. You need a lot of help.
I'm just saying, man. You gotta have variety. You gotta live life. You gotta love it, man. Because it's not tomorrow is never promised to nobody.
So just smash all the girls. You, Lil Wayne.
That was
would you
my
get it
motto.
together?
That was my motto back in the day. I changed up. Damn
Apparently,
it.
still your model today.
Fuck Boston just scored. Son of a bitch. Yeah, but
You know your cup is tilting over.
There ain't nothing in it.
that means it's asking for some more.
Oh shit. Nigga, how you gonna get home?
I'm good. I don't leave until I'm ready. That's when the liquor let me know
And
I'm
then I'm
ready.
still gonna follow him.
Hey,
So now we gotta get serious for a second. We lost a very good comedic legend.
Yes.
So the first time I heard of Paul Mooney, I was watching Arsenio Hall. And he said, I got this comedian Paul Mooney. He's like, he wrote for Richard Pryor. He's probably one of the funniest people ever. He said, you white people don't like probably
Nope. Don't like him.
won't like him because a lot of people know him from Chappelle Show, but I knew him from the Arsenio Hall.
Right.
And he was like, he's one of the funniest dudes. And he was like, but he tells a lot of jokes about white people. That's why y'all don't like him.
Yep.
And when he came out, he fired the shit out of him.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, this dude was funny. And the next time I really saw him was on the Chappelle Show. But, you know, he wrote for Richard
You
Pryor.
ain't see him in between that time.
He was on Arsenio Hall.
Robert Townsend. He was with Robin Townsend too.
And he performed
Oh, for real?
a lot. I've
I
seen
mean,
him
not
throughout
that he
the years.
hasn't, but the time I heard his name being mentioned again.
Oh, that's a lot.
A lot of folks don't realize Robert Townsend was a pioneer.
He was.
Yeah, a lot of folks don't give him the credit he
One of my
deserves.
favorite movies.
I'm gonna get you something.
No.
Oh,
Five Heartbeats.
I'm gonna get you
I'm
something.
sorry.
Hollywood Shuffle was
Now,
a
for me,
classic
it's
too.
5 Heartbeats because I'm a Temptation fan, and it, you know, that reminds me of that.
So what I first heard him about that, and I might have seen, you know, I drink a lot, so I might have seen him in between. But then the next big moment, I'll say that the next big moment was the Chappelle Show.
Right.
So not saying he wasn't doing anything, but I remember seeing him on RC. I died laughing.
He was hilarious, but he spoke
True.
the truth so much, and it was unfortunate truth, but it was still true.
Yes,
I feel like he was so underrated,
he was.
and unfortunately, we do have a lot of comedians like that are underrated, but he was a pioneer
But
too.
he was a pioneer, and the thing is, he wrote for your favorite comedians. He
Yes,
wrote for
he
Richard
did,
Pryor.
he did.
Like just to have Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy on your fucking resume, dog.
Yeah,
That's some big boy shit.
yeah.
And then on top of that, he shared his gift with those people. You know, that's crazy.
The one thing about him was, like Dave Chappelle said, sometimes he was his own worst enemy also.
Yeah, he got himself into some trouble.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta know when to, you know,
Close your mouth.
close him up pretty much. I've
He
learned
didn't
that.
know
But here's the thing about it. If he closed his mouth, he wouldn't be Paul Mooney.
True.
And I mean, some other people we know don't know how to close their mouths either.
Miss Harry.
Yeah, but you can't complain about not being more known and getting more work because of your stand-up
I
and the
never really heard
stand-up
him.
you
I
do.
really never heard him complain about it. But what I say is this:
He did.
there's MC Hammer, right, who's known by everybody, and then there's KRS-One, who had longevity in his game, who was still making albums up until like 2018.
And who is well respected.
And Paul Mooney reminds me of a KRS-One. And Dougie Fresh once said, there's some people that, like, KRS-One controlled how large he got. He would only put out a certain amount of albums, he would only put out a certain amount of videos, and he would only do a certain amount of things. He would only do what he felt comfortable doing, and he only do what he controlled his success.
And honestly, it speaks volumes to be true to yourself regardless of the consequence. I mean, we may not agree with everything he's done or said. However, he lived his life and did things that he wanted to do. He spoke his mind. He was not apologetic to that. So,
And truth be told, we always think money buys happiness. There's a lot of rich motherfuckers that are horrible
And they go and commit suicide
and stuff like this. Paul Mooney lived to be 79 years old. He died of a heart attack, unfortunately. But he lived a good life.
Right.
You know, he actually re-sparked generations with his material.
Yeah.
Like, actually, like, dude, I was like watching the fucking Chappelle show. Ask a black dude, like, that shit is funny. Like, just Negro Damas is hilarious. Like, and those are just small brilliance of Paul Mooney.
And honestly,
You know?
if there was no Paul Mooney, there would be no. Honestly, Dave Chappelle, because Dave
Did you know Dave
Chappelle,
Chappelle? Did you know?
he poked fun at you know, white people, and you know, I feel like Paul Mooney was like,
So here's the
he
thing.
was somebody who
Paul Mooney has
started
worked
that
with
lifestyle.
Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor, and Eddie Murphy.
I mean, he's done so much.
So if
I
you're a fan of those three guys, you have to be a fan of them.
or at least give him his props.
Definitely. So rest in peace, Paul Mooney. Phenomenal talent. You got anything, CP3, you want to add?
He was definitely a pioneer. I've watched a couple of his specials. He definitely was a funny guy. Like you're saying, with Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor on his resume, that pretty much says it all. Yeah, Dave Chappelle, the Negro Damas, and Ask a Black Dude. That shit was some funny shit. But yeah, he's definitely going to be missed. Another great, another legend. I still watch, go on YouTube and look at some of the old videos. I don't know if you know about Patrice O'Neal. I was watching some of his old stuff on YouTube. That's the one good thing about it. You can always go back and look at their old work and still get enjoyment from their craft, even though they're no longer here.
I hope they would do a Paul Mooney biography.
Maybe that's something we need to do.
And they get somebody really playing really good.
Maybe that's something we need to do.
It can happen.
We got the camera equipment. We got
Taking a funny nigga, Paul Mooney. Can't get no average nigga.
I mean, we can do a documentary about it without having somebody playing the star. We can always break down his career and use
documentary. You
snippets.
just need to get footage of him, get some interviews.
Bro, we can do something, bro. Nothing to it but to do it, baby. We can be in the Cannes Festival with some shit. Next thing you know, we on Netflix and some shit. And we eating shrimp off of strippers' asses.
You know what? Like he goes one direction, and then it just that quick
I'm
left.
just saying. We all got dreams and aspirations, don't we?
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, yours is your dreams and aspirations is to eat shrimp off a butt naked stripper.
Yeah, I don't sip coke off a stripper's ass.
You know
but
what?
I
You
eat
know
shrimp
what?
off the stripper's ass.
You know what?
Because I don't do coke.
We will have blown up a stripper's ass.
Oh yeah, I
At
roll
least
whatever.
that's legal in some states, but
What if she put it in her ass and took it out? Would you smoke it?
Was it a beginner of shift or end of a shift?
I mean,
Well, this next story, you should feel bad. Speaking of freaky shit, T.I. and Tiny,
Consent is key.
an investigation, but you said they weren't anymore.
Yeah, I saw a report that said that the Las Vegas investigation had been dropped and LA was going to do the same thing because Las Vegas had dropped it. I'm not sure. I can't remember where I saw it at. You guys.
It occurred in like 2010.
Mm-hmm.
so it's 11 years ago. Here's my thing.
Okay, it's out of the agency statute of limitations.
Yeah.
You are right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 11 years. I think it's either like a 5 or 10 year.
I mean, but
limitation.
what could they have been doing?
So
They
you
was
actually came.
freaky, and I feel like there are some people that, unfortunately, a few of these people, it's been light has been shed on them. They were trying to get in the limelight or capitalize off the fact that they were engaged in something in regards to them. Whether or not they did anything to anyone else, I don't know.
Well, what was illegal about it?
They were saying that they forced themselves on these people. It was sexual assault. So
So they took the pussy?
that's what they're trying to say, and I'm like, that don't sound right. But not to say that it couldn't happen, but unfortunately, when you have situations like that, once again, we're dealing with the same thing over and over again, where you have people who make up things to capitalize off of it, and then when you have a real victim, guess what? It's difficult for the victim.
Unfortunately, but true.
So if this goes on and happens to somebody else for real, then what we got? Now we have people second guessing an actual victim, and they have to go through a terrible process trying to get justice because you got all these people out here lying.
I mean, I feel you. I understand what you're saying. But if you've heard these allegations and you still decide to go home with them,
Well, see, that's the thing. People haven't heard about these allegations until recently. We're talking about some stuff that happened 11 years ago.
so that's what I'm saying. So if they went home with them, that was the consensual act of going home because they know
But
what
just
they were about
going
to
home
get.
with somebody don't mean that that's what you want to do.
I mean, is it that they didn't use the safe word? If things got a little too
I
rough.
don't know.
'Cause that's why I
in
say
particular.
hippopotamus is my safe word. Don't say hippo because I'm not going to stop. You got to say the whole word hippopotamus.
First of all, you giving us way too much information.
I'm just saying.
Okay, that's number one.
I'm just giving advice, man.
and now I
Giving
can't
advice.
even look at a hippopotamus the same, thanks to you.
You got to say the whole word. You can't just say hippo. I'm not going to say.
Okay, thank you for sharing and making sure you say it again.
Because I have to get that point. 'Cause I'm giving tips here for survival, guys.
Why hippopotamus?
Why did
Because
you?
when when you hit it from the back and you hit that stroke and they try to get it all out, they be like hip.
You just wanted to talk about your sex life.
I'm just.
That's what you wanted to do. Because ain't nobody asked you what your
But
safe word was.
I'm just saying, this is information that guys need to know.
Why do guys need to know what your
Because
safe
they're
word
not,
is?
the folks are not teaching this stuff. So see, folks taught me this.
Okay, but then you had to go into a descriptive.
Because you have
Wait,
you
like, we don't want
you
him.
have to give because you have to give the reason why. Because they always want to say, well, why would I do that? Then you have to give a reason so they won't question you, man.
Like, you put a hippopotamus for people they can't say.
Exactly.
But you said because you know they can't really get the whole word out while you struggle. So there's really no point in using that word.
Thank you. And that's what brings them back.
Shut up.
You're welcome.
I will play a song.
He got more pain and now he think he cute. He think he
Yeah, baby.
no.
You don't really fucked up in this.
Right. He's terrible.
Told
We
you I've
got
been
tired
through
of me
some
calling
things.
him red.
Yeah, I've been out in the sun, baby.
Yo, this is one of the joints that we worked on. Stephen P got me fucked up.
This baseline is something. You can tell you went to Atlanta for
It's the reflex, nigga. When the,
strip club song.
nigga, you hear that beat, you hear that beat, you hear that beat drop, nigga. Yeah, that beat drop, you can see a chick slide on the pole and boom.
The first thing you think about.
Yeah.
I swear you a whole entire horse. Only thoughts think of the strip club immediately when they hear this.
I ain't been in almost a month, so yeah, I'm
Almost a month.
probably been open for a month and a half. Yeah, I got went a little wild one night. I had to cut loose.
That's what you did. Look at this. This is the heat wave.
Oh Lord.
Where you getting the unit? We about to hit a heat wave this week. You need to do it this week. We're having a heat wave.
Nothing seems to amaze me.
It's supposed to be like at least 90 something.
Please don't play.
I'm about to sell it. Oh, I forgot to bring my stage. Yeah, I got. That's why he acting like that. I need the stage. What's the score?
1-0 Boston still. Second period, 1-0 Boston. Second period, 10 minutes left, 10:55. Yeah.
10 minutes left in the second period.
10:55. Still plenty of time left. I just don't like them putting Mantha on the top line. He ain't done shit.
I feel like they've been in the second period a really long time.
It just started. Ain't been no whistles.
Nothing seems to amaze me. It really, really don't faze me. It always feels like I've seen it all before. Nigga, please don't play me. You selling them up, giving them up. Going too much. You just beaming the stuff. Nothing seems to amaze me. It really, really don't faze me. It always feels like I've seen it all before. Nigga, please don't play me.
Come on, man. Get the fucking puck clean, man. Turn on the fucking neutral zone.
So that was one of the joints we recorded. So I guess we gotta talk about this. I didn't even put it in the group, but at the bar page. But I think I gotta talk about the Kwame Brown situation.
I was hearing bits and pieces of it. Break it down for me, brother.
So basically, Gilbert Arenas was on Matt Barnes' podcast, and they were just talking about it. And he, Kwame Brown has been made fun of for like 20 years.
Yep.
Deservedly so.
No. So he took offense to something, but what Gilbert Arenas was saying was, just imagine playing with your idol, Michael Jordan. But you don't know how Michael Jordan is when you're 18-year-old kid. So you don't know how super competitive Michael Jordan is. You don't know like how he's coming down on you, how he's fucking talking to you. So your idol talking like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And you're not used to that. So Gilbert Arenas said when he got there, like Kwame Brown was already broke from that slip with Michael Jordan. Yeah, I can see that.
To be honest, Kwame Brown wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer from the break.
Once again, he had to be sharp to be drafted from high school.
He was a baby.
No, I'm not speaking in basketball terms. I'm speaking of as in mental stability terms. Exactly. If you ever heard that man talk at that age, it's like somebody else was doing his homework for him in high school.
But here's the thing. When you're idol, like Michael Jordan, if you're playing basketball at that particular time, Michael Jordan is your idol.
Yeah, but he wasn't ready for that.
And
no, he wasn't.
He
You're
wasn't.
right.
But have Michael Jordan, have your idol crush your dreams. It's hard.
And honestly, a lot of people say that. Like Michael Jordan is not a legend that you would catch coaching.
No, he's an asshole.
Right. So think about that. And he's the senior in the situation, and he did vouch for Kwame, so I can understand him being hard on him because he wanted him there. Michael wanted him there.
But he wants to win too.
Right. And with his personality, Michael was not the right person to handle that situation.
Oh hell no! I'm never going to disagree.
Especially a young kid.
Right.
Yeah, I'm never going to disagree with that.
Like, it's a reason why Michael Jordan's sons don't play basketball. It's a reason because his desire to win is over.
And there's a reason why he's kind of a secluded person.
Yes.
Because he's a jerk. No, he's not a social person. And with that said, I really thought you was going to go the other direction with Kwame because he done been...
He just does some wild stuff too because he brought up the stuff about Charlamagne.
A lot of people say that he's ruining Charlamagne's career right now. Which is crazy because...
But here's the thing about that is he's talking about something that when you research it, so there was no physical, there's no DNA from Charlamagne about the situation. But the fact that he's bringing it up right now in the Me Too movement makes it very sensitive.
Well, the thing is that some of the stuff that he's bringing to light is true. He has like receipts that some people have never heard of. So Kwame, he dug up some stuff. With that said,
Because Wendy Williams' husband, ex-husband, chimed in as well.
and Wendy has always said, because you know her and Charlamagne had some beef, she's always said that she has the ability to bring him down.
Yeah.
So apparently this is something that's been kept tight-lipped, and somebody's exposing it. And I think it's crazy because all these years people have tried to bring Charlamagne down.
Yeah.
And we have somebody who, in the light of, Kwame hasn't been in the public eye in so long, not like this,
Yeah.
that it took somebody who ain't even really out there like that to completely like destroy some of the stuff that Charlamagne has said and bring receipts, real receipts. So if Charlamagne's career is over, it's so ironic because so many people have tried to bring him in.
And the funny thing is, even so, Charlamagne basically, if you don't know, when he on breakfast, he was like saying like real talk, Kwame comes from a long line of gangster people. And he, which I don't agree with, but he did put out his father did this, his father being locked up, and he also put out business of his brother, I think either killing himself or murdering his wife or something like that. Which, you know, it's public record, but it's also private.
Yeah.
So if everybody didn't know that, they knew it, especially on that particular property. So I can understand why Kwame.
He was tired. It was like they were poking the bear.
Yeah. And even with, you know, even how he addressed Matt Barnes, and, you know, in this situation.
Yeah.
The dude just wants to be left alone.
Exactly. And that's why I said they're poking the bear. Like if you have a bear in the wild, they just chilling and you start messing with it. Oh, you might want to not do that because once he gets mad, it's over.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's going on right now. It's like, oh, don't think that just because he's not really in the public eye that he don't know nothing.
Well, and the thing about it is too is, when I don't know what his when I'm mad and I see enemies, and sometimes it could even be friendship. But if it's not presented in the right way, I see you as an enemy.
Right.
And I remember there's a situation at a birthday party, something happened. I called, a young lady punched me in my face or slapped me in my face, and it just triggered.
Yeah, well.
One of my friends tried to grab me, and I told him, like, dog, if you don't want to get cut, I suggest you get off. Like, real talk, I said, dog, I got a knife around my neck. I'm going to give you 3 seconds to get off me. After that, you're going to bleed. And my cousin, that was wild. I threw like 3 people, I threw like a whole group of people off of me, trying to hold me. So I was just upset. I was drunk and I was upset.
Yeah.
And the one person was my cousin who got me into the car with us. And this is what he did to defuse the situation. He walked up to me with his hands up and he said, I am not touching you. I just need you to get in the car.
Right.
Before the cops. Because you're wild. And he said, I don't want to grab you because I've learned you don't want to be grabbed right now. So get in the car. And I got in the car. So when you see red and you feel like everybody's attacking you, you just attack. You know. So I feel what he's doing is like you see red, it just got it.
I mean, I don't understand why all these years people still want to talk about him. Like, bruh, how long has it been? Like, yeah, like, why are you still talking about him? He purposely stayed out of the light. So, like I said, they poking the bear. You get what you. I don't feel sorry for anybody that he went at. Real talk, I don't feel sorry. I can't.
No need to.
Right, I can't feel bad because it's like you were trying to be a bully or whatever the case you were trying to do, well, it backfired.
Oops. You got any thoughts on the CP3?
You know me and the mainstream media. I'm not sure what the beef is about with Charlemagne and what's going on in the whole process.
Well, basically what I was saying is Charlamagne actually put out information about his family. We're going to gang signs.
Fucking Capitals, man.
He put out information about his family, not like saying, don't mess with Kwame Brown because his father is in jail for murder. Don't mess with Kwame Brown because his brother has killed his wife. Like, he put the information out there, but it's in like, why the fuck do you need to say that? Just say, you could have just said don't mess with Kwame Brown because he ain't said nothing to you. Versus you didn't have to put out my information that got me thinking that I'm a walk, like I'm a walking around psychopath.
Right.
And when he said it, I thought, oh shit, you know what, he's right.
Yeah, and but I mean, so many people have talked bad about this man. And it's other celebrities knowing good and well that if somebody did that to them, they was like Stephen A. We already know Stephen A. how he is. He called him a bona fide scrub. In 2021, he said this. Why are we still talking about this man? He got drafted 20 years ago. And you're calling him a bona fide scrub in 2021.
And let's be honest, the year he got drafted.
He got drafted in 01. So it's literally 20 years.
No, we had Iverson. We had fucking Kobe. We had LeBron. We had Carmelo. Like, them niggas, Kevin Garnett. Like, dog, it wasn't like he came in to the league and the league was like hurting. He came into a league of fucking superstars. Shaq, the King Mutombo.
Yeah. 01, we still had.
That was still banging.
It ain't like we had two people and that was it. Like, yeah.
It wasn't like we had Magic and just Bird. It ain't like dog. We sat here and named all the people. Like, it wasn't like LeBron got a ring when he first came in.
Right. He did.
You know, it wasn't like Kobe came in and first got a ring. Shit, I didn't even get a fucking ring.
But like, here's my thing. A lot of people have said for a long time Charlamagne should be canceled. And it's not just the allegations against him. They just, in general, Charlamagne ain't like the nicest person. He says whatever he wants out of his mouth. He's a jerk. People have asked for him to be canceled. Kwame is asking for him to be canceled and giving receipts as to why he feels he should be canceled. Real receipts, not made up, not speculation, they real. So, I mean, he may be doing us a favor.
I mean, truthfully,
I'm not a fan of Charlamagne, honestly.
I think, I think Charlamagne's entertaining at times. I also think, but I do remember when he crossed the line with Lil' Kim and she sent somebody and she checked that nigga.
That's what I'm saying. He gets
Like-
under everyone's skin.
Like he crossed the line with Lil' Kim. She sent them dudes. They called him outside. Said, "Hey, Charlamagne." Turned around. They decked his ass.
But it's with people like him, they're gonna come across the right ones.
Yeah. And guess what? He knows not to play with Lil' Kim no more.
And now, unfortunately, he knows he had a hard check with Kwame. Hard check.
And that's from his hometown. That's from his hometown.
Oh, he from South Carolina? Oh, yeah.
So I didn't understand when I thought he was from South Carolina. I was like, if you knew anything, why would you play with Lil' Kim? Because she from Brooklyn.
He don't know
You lucky you don't get shot.
Yeah.
On some real shit.
Yeah.
I remember I remember growing up in the early '90s, nigga. If you wasn't from Bed-Stuy, nigga, you wasn't allowed to walk in Bed-Stuy.
And it's funny because Wendy, she hard checked him too. He eventually shut up. For they little beef. He don't even speak Wendy's name anymore. So, but Wendy let it be known, like I got something. What up?
Yeah, a lot of people. That's how she got kicked out of the radio and came back, and then became the biggest talk show host.
There you go. She got a lot, but she worked hand in hand with Charlamagne. Like they worked together.
Yeah.
So I believe.
I mean, truthfully speaking, and Charlamagne has admitted, like the side chick that her husband wound up getting pregnant is he actually introduced her husband to that side chick.
It's always the best friend to get blamed, man.
Charlamagne, I don't look at him as the best friend. Like they was buddy on the
No,
air.
he said it. He did that.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
speaking
No
from
one's blaming
experience,
him.
Right.
speaking from experience, I always
And
get
then,
blamed.
and Charlamagne wasn't technically the best friend. That was her coworker. They were cool.
He worked for him.
Guilty by
No,
association.
he wasn't a
Yeah,
coworker. He
you
was
right.
he was an
worked for her.
employee.
Yeah.
So say guilty by association.
And when he
No,
did,
you go and introduce some thought to your boss's spouse, and the spouse ends up cheating with the girl that you introduced him to. That's not a good look.
How's
You
that?
gotta-
How's
you gotta-
that his fault?
one you gotta remember. And if you're not listening to the Breakfast Club, like real talk, Charlamagne had cheated on his wife, but he admitted to it. But at the same time, doesn't mean that the song like Black Men Don't Cheat and all that other stuff. But the thing is, when Envy cheated on his wife, he put that shit on blast.
Yeah.
He put like
He's a big hypocrite.
like on some real talk. If it was me, and you decide to put me on, and we on radio, and I may not beat you up on air,
We want to blow at some point. We going to
but
blow.
as soon as that joint ends, I'm gonna walk out. I was like, yo, that was a great show.
And then-
and dog, I'm gonna two-piece the shit out you.
Real
Like,
talk.
if you ever mention my personal life on air again, so I will fuck you
And
up.
real talk, to put that on the air is devastating. You didn't think about this man's family at that point.
No,
You wasn't saying it and putting it out there because you felt like he was doing wrong. No, you wanted to embarrass him, which in turn embarrassed his wife
yeah.
and his entire family. They have a beautiful family, by the way.
So they do, but they was able to survive that, and
Yeah.
so that, and that's the thing with the Kwame Brown situation is, he put that man.
Business.
No one was asking about. I never knew about Kwame Brown's fall in the last 20 years,
Nope.
and what he did to get locked up has nothing to do.
With Kwame. It ain't got nothing to do with Kwame.
And what his brother did had nothing to do with it. So
You
we
just putting this man's family business
you
out.
shouldn't have put that business out there like that, because now you got this man. Now you got a dude who's just sitting quiet, looking like he just raised by murderers and killers.
And what's funny to me is that Charlamagne used to say a bunch of stuff. He had said a bunch of stuff about Wendy, right? But you do the same stuff she do. Even now. Like when she exposed Method Man's wife's medical issues, you know? Like, come on now.
Well, she shouldn't have did.
And then, you know, she messy. Charlamagne, you messy too, bruh. You just like, you the male Wendy.
I mean, are we surprised?
No. But my thing is you being a hypocrite. Like
Most
every
of them
time we turn
motherfuckers
around,
are.
you being a hypocrite.
Most of the motherfuckers are.
You
They
done
can't
cheated
stand
on your
about
wife,
it.
but when DJ Envy cheats on his, you want to blast him. You don't want nobody talking about your business, but you want to talk about everybody else.
Yeah,
You
that's how
just
most.
like Wendy.
That's how most of the motherfuckers are.
Because
you know.
Wendy's, she spilled her secret. She don't tell her business.
I mean, don't even get me started on her.
I'm just, well, Charlamagne's the same way.
I mean, I don't listen to either one of them. I think, you know, that whole industry is
They
just
nasty.
bullshit. Yeah, it's just bull. When you're making money and surviving off of talking about other people's lives, and then your life is in fucking shambles, who the fuck are you? You know, just because you can find out the information. That's what trips me out about that whole culture with the gossip, you know, and all of that bullshit, and how she's the top-rated talk show host and all this other bullshit. Why do you give a fuck with somebody else? What they shit don't make you eat. That's why you flipping channels on a broken fire stick, can't even afford cable, watching the shit, cause you worrying about what somebody else doing. Get your own shit together. Why? I don't understand the whole reality TV genre. There,
Right.
I just don't get it.
One, I'll say like this, not for you to understand. Other people get caught up in different things.
Yeah, that's
You may
crazy.
you may like the Washington football team. A Steelers fans may not care, or Cowboys fans don't know why you like the Washington football team.
But they still like football.
But no,
Because
okay,
not
so just
everybody
like
likes
reality, I hate reality TV.
Mhm.
I know about what's going on with some of these people because they've literally blasted it everywhere, but I don't watch the shows. But there are some people who watch these shows religiously.
I know.
So you're right. It's not for us to understand.
And that's the thing. It's like this. I watch shows. I don't watch it all the time. But, you know, if I'm bored, I ain't got nothing to do, I can watch it. You know, there are people that watch The Walking Dead. I watch Walking Dead. There are people that watch, it's whatever they choose, you know what I'm saying? There's people that watch cooking shows. Like, every time I watch a cooking show, I watch Hell Kitchen when my cousin Chef Rock was on. Outside of that, I was gonna talk about it.
I
It's a great show, but I don't
watch cooking shows. I miss cooking in the kitchen.
but that's not me.
Yeah, I feel it.
You see what I'm saying?
I
What?
can't take him serious. Anything
What?
he
Brothers
says.
brothers like to get down in the kitchen too.
Okay. I didn't say you didn't.
He's looking like he was doubting I can get down in the
I
kitchen.
did not doubt you. That's the alcohol talking. I'm not doubting you. I just looked at you.
That look said I had.
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
I
You
know how
heard
y'all. I
it.
know how y'all read women now.
What? Oh, so you got a little bit of a tan, and now you want
That's
those
right. I
shades.
told you I'm light brown when I
You
get
do
my tan.
understand
I'm
that
light
you
brown.
still red. You just got a tan.
Hey, I'm light brown now.
Oh,
Leave me
okay,
alone.
but you still red.
I'm light brown.
Okay, because you can't change what's on the inside. You a red man on the inside. You be having a
I
light
am not
skin.
red.
You be having a light skin, squint, and everything.
Stop that. I am not red. I refuse to be red.
You just been in the sun.
Exactly. I'm light brown. I told you I got my
You said
tint.
exactly. You
I
got your
I
tint.
got my tint back.
Let
That's
me tell you
right.
something. If you wasn't red, you wouldn't have needed the tint.
Hey, look, I'm brown. Man. You look at me now, I'm brown. Got that.
Oh, look at you now.
right. You got that right. We ain't gonna talk about past.
Did you past like how long ago?
2 weeks ago. God damn it, I'm brown now.
And how long that's gonna last?
As long as I stay in the sun. It's 90 degrees outside.
You gonna be getting cooked.
You ain't lying. I think I lost about 5 pounds today.
Oh my
Shit.
goodness.
Hey man, I refuse to be red.
But like I said, it's one of those situations that they shouldn't have brought up.
Nope.
They shouldn't have brought up anything. And either they should just report it and just left it as, you know what, Kwame Brown and
But this
Matt
ain't
Barnes
even-
got into it. And
Right. And left it in there.
Like when you start bringing
Matt
up
Barnes is a
what his
piece of
father
shit
did,
for real.
We already know that.
Yeah, that's what tripped me out about some of these athletes, how they act holding it down, and you look in their personal lives and see all the bullshit and destruction they done
Derek
crossed.
Fisher thing used to have me laughing out. So Matt Brown, he know he got stuff in his closet. He ain't been in the
He a
best
red
place.
nigga. What you expect?
ain't you red, nigga?
Right.
I'm brown, nigga.
You
I'm brown.
brown today.
I'm brown. White brown.
Oh wait,
baby.
show that side of y'all.
Hey, look, we ain't going on. Look. Brown all around.
No,
baby.
you're not.
Brown all
No,
around.
that's real light.
Hey, look.
Inside that elbow right
I'm
there.
getting my
that's-
tent back. Leave me
Oh,
alone.
okay.
Yeah, by next week I'll be all
This fool will
brown.
be laying in somebody's tent in bed because I'm talking about him.
Hey man, gotta get the man region too.
Oh my God, that's good. See, there you go. He's sharing too much. Bless his
I'm
heart.
saying, they get tans. I like to
We
get a
don't
tan.
want to know.
So if we go down the road, are we gonna find one of your kids?
Huh? Say what now?
Are we gonna find
What am I-
baby CP4
Where at?
in Roanoke?
Now I ain't been down Roanoke in a while.
How long is a while? We just want to.
I think I rode through Roanoke maybe about when I went down to the timeshare joint. I think I rode through there about maybe 2013, 2014.
Okay.
I ain't hit nothing.
So
At least that I
the
recall.
baby was
Nah,
probably
nah.
born in like 14, 15.
Nah.
What you saying?
Yeah, I
Okay,
ain't hit nothing though. I went down there because at that time I had a lady.
Oh, okay.
She was complaining about we didn't go out and do nothing because I was grinding trying to save her for a house. So I decided to go get a timeshare, so we can have somewhere to go
Oh, okay.
when I was off.
And so this okay. When's another time you went down Roanoke? We just want to know how old the child is that we gonna be looking for.
I think that's the last. I wasn't even in Roanoke. I was like still an hour away. That's the closest I got to Roanoke. I ain't really been in Roanoke. I don't think. So I shouldn't have no babies down there.
Yeah, shit.
I shouldn't.
This nigga said I should.
Hey,
You don't sound confident. nigga.
because the chicks I used to date used to transport different crazy places, like 3 chicks in a row, moved to North Carolina after I broke up with them. It was
Man, how many
wild.
chicks were you road dog?
So you running everybody off?
I mean,
from the DMV?
I don't know why they go to North Carolina, but they just.
Because they probably got a big support
No,
group down
you
there.
the road dog, king?
No, they got a big support group down in North Carolina.
I'm
That's
just
why.
saying.
Nigga, are you the road dog king?
I told you, man. My pullout game is spectacular, man. That's why I can do
you
that.
think- that's what
That
you
I
think.
know of. I ain't had no paternity cases. I ain't had no babies
Nigga,
pop
you
up.
are-
Because they looking for the wrong person. They don't know your name.
They think your name
That's
is
on purpose.
Butch, nigga.
Right.
Exactly. That ain't my fault. They knew me by Foots for 20 years. Motherfuckers on my job ain't even know my real name half the time.
I had to know.
Because you was HR. That's one of the reasons why. If you wasn't HR, you wouldn't know my name either. Shit. I was a spy. Fuck that.
Something wrong with you.
But that's true
Bruh.
though. Like nobody ever used his real name.
Yeah, they didn't know my government. I had people that I worked with almost 15 years didn't know my real government name. Because all they knew me by is Foots.
Because when I saw his name, I was like, "Who is this?"
And then, oh, foot.
Oh my God, oh, that's Foot's name. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
a lot of folks didn't know who the fuck I was. I talked to everybody. Yeah, Foot's cool as a motherfucker. Who Carol Porter? Who?
Right.
fuck is that?
That's what I'm saying. I was doing payroll. I saw his name. I was like, who is this?
So did you have your hand on 320 down Rono?
Look.
Nah, Richmond, nah, Roanoke. Richmond, yeah, Roanoke.
Oh, but they probably moved to Roanoke. That's all.
It's possible,
We got.
but they was on the other side.
We
So.
gotta investigate.
I mean, it
I
was-
just want to get there in the artist before me like this nigga look familiar.
I'm gonna be down there with you, man. I'm looking for a nice little redhead, man.
A redhead.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, the redhead's freaky,
So he
man.
gonna look like you with a curly red bush. Okay,
right.
gotcha.
I was never
change the game.
nigga, you the most pro-black white women loving nigga I've ever met in my fucking
I
life.
know it's a contradiction. That's why I had to leave the Nation of Islam, man. I love between white women and bacon, man. I couldn't stop, man. I couldn't.
I can't believe I forgot my sage today. We need it.
You don't need pork. You don't need.
No,
See,
I don't.
I'm in an anti-swine environment. See, y'all just don't understand, man. It's nothing like some good bacon, man.
I'm glad to hear
And
that.
nothing like a nice red-headed white woman.
And some bacon.
And that's
She gonna be wrapped in bacon.
man.
So if you get a white woman and she wrap herself in bacon, you
ain't
can be eating for
happy.
days.
Nigga, I'm getting married. Nigga, I'm getting married. We having a little mulatto baby.
Oh my God.
Little head, curly hair with a beard.
Oh,
Bad fucking
And
feet.
bad feet with a high tolerance for marijuana. It's gonna be the baddest motherfucker out there.
Something wrong with you, nigga.
Man, we can all have dreams. You know.
So we looking for an 18-year-old that fits that description that we just mentioned. He's also probably in the streets hurting
Right.
people's feelings.
Maybe about 15, not 18. Nah, might be
You
like
about 18, nigga.
but that was like 2010, 2011. So he would be like,
Well, he hurting girls' feelings on the playground.
hey man, you gotta learn young, baby.
Alright, no.
Play hard, baby, because it ain't the game out here, man. Once they start, you can't be behind in this game. You got to get ahead.
10 or 11-year-old.
Hey, talk with his pinky out. Probably rub his hands together when he talking.
Nigga voice
For
would
some
change,
reason,
like-
he always got a wife beater on.
You got to, man. You got to keep that tan right, baby. Walk around with the Devo slippers on, white beater, and some basketball shorts. That's the uniform. I'm just saying. That's just how I roll.
So we were supposed to have a special guest at this show.
But you know how we roll. We don't give a fuck. We can still do a 3-hour show.
With your nonsense.
I'm just saying, y'all bought the Mexican tequila. Don't blame me.
First of all, it wasn't y'all. And
You're in the group. You're part of us now.
it wasn't y'all. Because, first of all, you don't blame 151 when I bring stuff.
Blame all
You
y'all.
blame me.
Because you the bartender.
What that mean?
That means you always gonna get the blame.
No. And
Don't
as
don't
far
all
as
the married dudes
Mexican
blame the bartender when they fuck up at home. The bartender was making some strong drinks tonight.
You're not
baby.
married.
That ain't the point. It's the bartender's fault anyway.
Anyway, you were
Uh-huh.
introduced to this because you expressed your
that ain't the
admiration
same.
for the last.
That wasn't the same as what we
It
got
doesn't
here.
have to be the same.
I was looking for the same
Why?
because I was comfortable with the same.
The
That
thing
shit
that
right
we
there.
do here on At the Bar radio, okay?
Well, the
is
part
that
was halfway down. Part was halfway done. I don't think he was really comfortable.
I'm just saying, y'all
But I
can't
think
blame
we
me
try
for what.
to give you new things.
And that's
the
my
whole
thing, then. But
point.
you can't blame me for what I say on air when y'all experience me the new things. Cause y'all know the seatbelt comes off when there's some new shit involved. That's my motto,
I
baby.
just rolled my eyes at you if you didn't see, because I know
I
you
didn't
probably
see.
didn't see.
No, I didn't see it
Because
at
your
all.
eyes was like
Yeah,
closed.
they is. I'm watching this game.
But I rolled my eyes at you.
Why? It's y'all.
Because you talking on something.
Nah.
No.
Well, there's new drinks involved. I'm not my fault. Because y'all
Wait,
know.
are you singing?
I was about
What
to.
did you sing?
Don't get me started, man. I've been on some different shit lately,
Not
man.
my fault.
Man, I've been on some different shit. I told you, man. 2 weeks
Did
been a
I
long
do
time,
that?
man. 2 weeks been a long time, though. Don't get me started. Get me out here doing the chicken wing and shit.
You know what?
I'm just saying.
Wait, 151. Put your finger on the button just in case
I'm
we need to
just
hurry
saying.
up and cut to something else.
Because there's a lot going on. I got the Caps game on, Boston up 2-0. I'm
And
pissed
you
off.
drinking tequila.
Drinking tequila.
Threatening to do the chicken when you have threatening to be butt naked for a long time.
I'm just saying.
You keep threatening to
It's
be butt
warm.
naked.
I'm just saying it's gonna happen one day. Y'all
But you know,
keep on
people
feeding me
do
this
act a
alcohol.
fool when they start getting hot outside.
I know. Trust me, I used to be one of them people.
Used to?
Yeah, used
You
to.
threaten to be butt naked. You talking about doing the chicken
Y'all
wing.
pulling out Mexican tequila, so whatever you get is what you get, goddamn.
So now you think you're
So CBD, when's the next grilling Sunday that we're gonna grill?
Well, shit. We talking about going out of town on the 6th because I'm working both this. I just work this Sunday, working next Sunday for Memorial Day weekend. Because if you're in the market for a new used pre-owned certified car, come on down to Waldorf on that 2450 Crane Highway. Come holler at your boy CP3 because you know I'm gonna get that deal done. So yeah, then we talking about being down Roanoke on June 6th. So depending on if I hit my number this month, which I fucking plan to.
We need to pack up the grill and go down there.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, they should have a nice grill down.
I mean, we got the portable.
Yeah, we do
That's
got the
what I was
grill.
talking about.
You got a little baby girl.
Yeah, you know, you used to love that grill. Then the big grill came. Nigga, you ain't
Then
looked at that grill in a year.
He got bougie.
I'm just saying.
That nigga ain't looking at that.
You know what I'm saying? When you can throw a whole rack of salmon on the grill at one time and they gotta take times doing it, you kind
You
of
forgot where
lose.
you came from.
I'm just saying, man. You know, we started from the bottom, now we're here.
Okay, but don't forget your
Lady, he paid for the grill.
Yeah.
He paid for the grill around my birthday.
Remember, I'm an ex-boy, so I done cooked on
Here we
motherfucking
go with the
tiki,
ex-boy.
motherfucking pine tree cones and shit. So I respect all of my grilling equipment.
Okay, clearly you don't
Unfortunately,
respect that part.
unfortunately, the baby grill got sidelined to the man-sized grill.
No, when
But we still use it. We still admire it. We still salute
you
it. for
look
the
at
time
it, you
he
ain't used
had.
that motherfucker in a year.
Because he was there for us on the hard times when we didn't have the big boy. So now we know he's reliable. If we need to pull him out, he's
Okay,
ready.
so that means for the road trip,
We can
the
take
baby grill
a little buddy. We can take a little
Let me
buddy.
answer that. Let me tell you something. When that big grill got fixed,
Man,
he was on the car.
I'm just saying, little buddy, he served his purpose.
first of all, let me rephrase that. It wasn't even fixed yet. When we found out that we could use that grill,
Saying little buddy served his purpose. He was there for the cause. He knew what he was there
like,
for.
oh, we can use this joint.
I'm a grill master,
Hurry
baby.
up,
That's
put
what
your
I,
other drinks in the
You know how you it was like your side chick, we done.
Right.
I'm just saying, me and little buddy, you know, we still cool. You know, like I said, I pack him up. We can take him down to Miami. We can take him down to Roanoke. We can take him down to Richmond. He's still gonna ride with us. Yeah,
Take
I'm
him
trying.
down to Miami.
Man, I'm trying to roll too, man. Once I get these stacks together, I'm trying to
Nigga,
roll.
Miami,
down.
we flying.
Nigga, we can barbecue on a plane, nigga.
And
They
real
got
talk,
ventilation.
I'm gonna be down in Florida around that time, and I am driving, but I am driving to Winter Park, and I'm stopping.
See,
I'm not.
I ain't been to Miami in about, let's see, what's this, 2020.
I will get on a plane.
I ain't been down South Beach since about 2009.
Man, you worse than me. For me, it was like 2013.
Yeah, so if I get down, if I get down there,
I mean, I flew past. I flew past Miami after that.
nah, see, I was in,
I flew
what was
over.
that? What was that?
Key West?
West Palm Beach.
Oh, okay.
That's where the money is. I had no idea how much money was down in Florida until I was riding through West Palm Beach.
Yeah, West Palm Beach is.
And the one thing I thought was crazy about Florida is you can be riding in the nicest neighborhoods, and then you go one block over. Next thing you know, you see dreads and gold teeth. Like, oh shit, I can block my door.
Hold on. Where you from?
I'm just saying, it just caught me off guard how close
That shouldn't be a surprise. In Washington.
I mean,
DC.
now with the gentrification, yeah, but we're talking about almost 10, 15 years ago.
No. We talking years ago. Look at where the White House is. and all the monuments,
Mhm.
and look at where the hood is. DC ain't big at all.
Yeah, but you're not used to seeing $2 million houses now. Now with the gentrification, you're seeing it now, but at that time,
the funny thing about Florida though was for me was going to the gas station and buying and seeing you buy my wet bottles and look at it.
oh my God, that shit was amazing, bro.
They look I ain't they look I just ain't moving.
9 o'clock in the
That's a lot of
morning,
places,
nigga.
though. That's a lot of places.
Nigga, 9 o'clock in the morning. Let me fill up on 12 and let me get 2 bottles of Mo and a bottle of Hennessy on the way out and 2 packs of backwoods.
It's a couple places. Oh, we need to.
Yeah, we'll be back
we
by
need to
1
fly
o'clock.
out that Cali.
I've been trying to get out Cali. I got some friends out San Diego.
Cali is fun. My cousin not saying but Cali, man.
Man, I got to get out there. I've been trying to get out Cali. Closest to Cali I done got is Minnesota when I drove out Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
You know I'm Minnesota.
What you do there?
Of course, for some pussy.
Yeah. Mhm.
You drove to Minnesota?
Yeah, nigga. Rest in peace, baby. Yeah, but it was.
What? You killed the pussy literally?
No.
What? Rest in peace. What? What's going on? Tell us.
She passed away like 2 years ago from some autoimmune disease or some shit. She already told me she was sick before. But yeah, I drove out Minnesota. I was on the trip when I went to go see the Minnesota Timberwolves play. Kevin Garnett was my favorite player in the NBA. So I went out to
Oh, you
Minnesota.
did have a baby man. Oh,
I used to watch NBA. I told you in the 90s I was a diehard NBA fan. Kevin Garnett was my favorite player.
Why'd you stop?
Why that's that was?
Watching.
Because it's not real no more. It's not fundamental. I like defense. I like fundamentals. I like seeing plays run, pick and roll.
Instead of crying.
Instead of crying, instead of pulling up for threes at half court with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Point guard dribbling the ball for 15 seconds, get to the hole and miss the layup.
But
so what's
Kobe
wrong
did
with
that.
shooting up on 3 if you go on if you can make it?
I mean, there's nothing wrong. I just miss old school low post basketball,
But
Carlton playing.
that's still old school, but it didn't happen all the time. But
But in the genre, the years that I watched NBA, when I was actually engulfed in it, that's what you saw. I'm talking about the Chicago Bulls, New York Knicks rivalry. I'm talking about the Detroit Pistons. I'm talking about the Bulls and their
you want to
heyday.
see them fight.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Houston Rockets when they went on their
You
run.
want to see them fight.
I miss the flagrant. That is not a flagrant one. That's a flagrant one in the NBA right now.
Like me again, watch. That.
See, she ready to go to the foul line for 2 shots. See,
No.
see, exactly. You know what I'm saying? She's part of the new in the NBA generation. She ready to cut me for a pluck. That's what I'm saying. I can't.
You plucked me. Back in the day, you would fight. What are you talking about?
Because it was more physical. It was real. People actually
Yeah,
cared
but
about it.
I don't care about the style. I want to fight you.
No, I want to see real basketball.
Yeah, but I thought you wanted to see real fights.
I mean, fights are going to happen when you're playing aggressive defense. The Detroit Pistons, they enjoyed fighting, but it came off of them playing defense. The Knicks, fights will happen because they were playing tough. You know, ain't no easy layup coming down this lane. You come down this lane, nigga, we taking your head
Right,
off.
so I'm not part of the new age in NBA.
But if you like the 3-point shooting and
If
all
I
of that
was part of the
fast-paced
new
shit.
NBA and you plucked me, I would cry and be like, "Ref, look." No.
And that's what it is now.
Old
That's why I
people
can't
will
watch.
clothesline you.
That's why I watch WNBA. Because they still play fundamental basketball.
And that's why you watch hockey because
No,
they
that's because you
fight.
like. I thought you watched that man because you like to watch women.
Yeah, I mean, when we had locker room access, it was pretty nice, you know, covering the ladies. You know, I tried to slide in there when they were still getting out of the shower, but, you know, timing wasn't right, but, you know,
What are
things
you
happen.
doing on Monday so let people know what's going on?
I am not a hoe. I'm a whore in recovery. I keep on telling you, there's a difference.
Your recovery ain't going so good.
Yeah, I know. Nigga, give me a spill about what you got planned for this week.
Let's see. Monday night, as always, we'll be bringing you the best DC sports around. Currently, the Capitals are down 2-0 to Boston, so unless they can turn their fortunes around and actually playing some Capitals hockey, the season might be over, but I'm still rooting for them because still had a whole third period, and we've seen this team come back from bigger deficits. After that, we'll be talking some Nationals baseball. I believe they went 3-3 this week again for the second week in a row. Don't get me wrong. I have to go check the records because I've been busy selling cars. And then we'll be talking about the Wizards and their playoff run. And might mention a little bit of Washington football news. And Robbie will probably throw some DC United talk in there also, along with us trying to squeeze in some Mystics coverage also. Just stay tuned. We got so much more in the works. Season 6 Sports on the Hill podcast. True Radio Network, you know what it is. You can follow me on YouTube at Carol Porter III with 3 eyes. You can follow me on Twitter, Tattoo Scorpio. You can follow me on Facebook, Carol Porter III with 3 eyes. And I have many pages. Just Google CP3. It's going to come up because it's just what I do. DC Sports on the Politics. It's not just a catchphrase, not just a motto. This is what we do, baby.
But he don't like arrogant people.
I know.
Just saying, I gotta tell
Arrogant
you.
people say Google me.
Just Google me.
Yeah, just Google
You know,
me,
that's what
baby.
we do.
That's what I do when I'm in these streets, baby. Just Google me. See, hashtag CP3. You'll see who I am. You ever been around a superstar? Yes, you have, because you're talking to me right now.
Oh my God, no more Mexican tequila ever.
You probably get some English water, nigga.
I was about to say something similar.
With my pinky out.
Like, you cannot.
Y'all opened the bottle. Y'all told me to open the bottle, baby. It ain't my fault.
There you go.
Uh-huh, you
That's
fucking
the
right.
second time you quoted that song.
Exactly.
It ain't never
Never
Nope.
his fault. Nothing is your fault.
Not on the record. Fuck no. Don't get me on no charges.
Yeah, what?
Huh? We all have a past.
Lady Antoinette, what you got going on this week?
Well, I am just coming back, so I'm trying to get it together. I'm trying to recoup. I was out medically, so I'm trying to heal, recover.
She had a knife bite, y'all.
I did not have a knife fight. I have a knife fight. Okay. Don't look it like this. Really?
She pulled up on us, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know we friends. I'm just saying. Look at the evidence.
I was listening to the show. I didn't really, agree
Craig and them
with
had
the
said-
direction that the show was going. And if I were here, I would have tried to redirect.
What Craig and them had said.
So I was like, you know what? Let me pull up because they not acting right. And I know if I was there, it would not have stayed on a specific
We
topic.
had to go to commercial break, y'all. That tell y'all what it was. Y'all lucky y'all ain't hear the boo joy coming across. Camera got knocked over.
I did not knock no cameras over.
I said, lucky the camera didn't get knocked over. You wasn't recovering from your surgery. It probably would have came in whole different.
You know what? I need to go back
Uh-huh.
on that and freeze and do a screenshot of y'all expressions when I came.
I think I heard the son say, sit your $5 ass down before I make change. I had a New Jack City moment. I was like, oh, Lord, we about to get got.
Like, but no, what's so funny is my son was in the car with me. We were listening to the show. It was my first time driving. I had surgery, y'all. I didn't have an actual knife fight. But my son was like,
Tomato,
I
tomato.
said, I told y'all, I was like, I text, I was like, yeah, y'all gonna make me pull up. Y'all said it on air.
Yeah, we did.
And then y'all told the guest, oh yeah, cause Lady Antoinette, she ain't here, she out for medical reasons, blah blah blah. We can't wait for her to come back. And so my son said, wait, they don't know you coming? I said, no. He said, oh, this about to be interesting.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Nigga, we got checked.
And I was like, I said, did you want to come in or you want to stay in the car? He said, oh no, I'm coming in with you. He wanted
He had his hand behind his back like he was packing something. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh shit, we about to get got by a teenager.
And
You about to be on the first 48.
Down and like had my hands like this, like what's good, like, and he's standing there at the door like
With a
nobody-
hood on and everything, y'all.
Nobody was gonna leave.
He came in like he was about to fuck everybody up.
Yo. You know the thing with men's society, like, you ain't even fucked up, right?
You know you fucked up right. You said you was at the liquor store at 11 o'clock, and now you just said you was at the liquor store at
And
12.
he sure did. He stood right at the door looking like,
Man,
he wanted to get a good view. But
that's
yeah,
almost worse when y'all was telling people to call in and your aunt called in and shit. That shit,
That's just like, so we like one of the early shows, and I
man.
was like, yo, if you had a baby by CP3, call this number, and then my aunt called, but I didn't know.
It's like, what's up,
but
nephew? I was like, oh
a
shit.
few times people had called, and every time he'd be like this.
Y'all didn't even get the sweat.
Cause man, I told you a nigga got a pass, man. I think my pull-out game spectacular, but niggas fuck up sometimes. But I'm undefeated as of right now.
Every time he'd be looking like, what? I've had people call on purpose
I know, just to get it
just
right.
to get the phone to ring.
See, y'all ain't right.
So
That should be
I'd be
hilarious.
like, call now, and we'd do the announcement, and they'll call right then and there.
Shit
We
ain't
ain't done
right.
one of those announcements in a while.
I know that shit ain't right, man. Y'all gotta
That,
cut that
it
shit
is
out.
right. We trying to help.
Only if it's a rich motherfucker.
So coming next show, we'll be bringing back the announcement.
Man, we can make sure it's a rich motherfucker. I need.
No,
I
I
need
know.
to
Make
pay my
sure.
bills.
No, we are trying to reunite you with your long lost child.
If she ain't making 6 figures, I don't want to know.
You know
her.
what? See, that's your child.
Sorry.
That's so
I'm
child.
just saying.
Fucked up.
She could probably make 6 figures
I
if
got
you take
top
your
rank-
baby sometime.
I got top ranked sperm. I need 6 figures, baby.
Excuse me. If you would watch the baby sometimes, maybe she would be able to.
I'll
make
take
6
care of the little nigga. We can shoot some dice. You know what I'm saying? Teach you some things.
So,
That's why we can't have nice things because of this guy.
I'm just saying.
I guess we're gonna try to get a good guest for the Memorial Day show.
Yeah,
Uh,
we working on that.
working on that.
Capitals just scored.
I'm about to say you gotta use
Amen.
you was doing the Black Power salute. I wasn't sure.
I'm sorry. I'm in my hockey mode.
When you
Capitals
hear
face
voice-
playoff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Connor Sherry just scored in the third period to make it 2-1 with 18:39 to go. The Caps are back in the game, fighting for their playoff lives, baby.
So be back next week. It's gonna be a fun summer. It's gonna be a hot month. It's gonna be a fun summer.
It's May and it's like 1,000,000 degrees already. And
Who
we
you telling?
getting attacked. We got the invasion of them
Cicadas.
prehistoric flies that won't shut up.
Them niggas were making some noise today. I ain't gonna lie. I heard niggas outside. I was like, that was gonna go out.
Now for the
I
past
haven't heard
week-
them honestly.
For the past week, I opened my door and you hear it. And it's so funny because one of my friends came to my door. I rang your doorbell. I opened it. He was like, very concerned look on his face. He was like, are those cicadas out here? I was like, yeah. He was like, I don't have that at my house. Mind you, he lives in the woods, like in the boonies, like for real.
Oh damn.
Why is it that I got had that?
You should have plenty of that motherfucker.
But it's like farmland all around him, so that's probably why. Because you know they dig into the ground.
Yeah, they
and
want
all
that beef.
stuff. Yeah, nah. So the cicadas probably can't live through that.
Hell no.
But yeah, that right there, and it's terrible. I got dead
Kick it back,
cicadas
kick it
all over.
back.
For your dead homies.
Shit, kick it back. Come on, cool.
So I'm gonna play another. I got another new video by Swan Paco Picture or some shit like that.
Oh my.
So between this week and next week, I'll be playing new music.
All right.
New videos, new artists that we haven't played on here before. We still have our our same mixture. It's just that I like to mix it up and then show these artists love. And we're gonna end this video with a new video.
Okay.
And then we'll be back next week.
All right. See you guys.
We out. I was about to say something else, but I let
Oh
it go.
my God.
Come on. Shut up. Push.
That's your brother, you ain't slide for. That's my brother, I'ma die for. See like trapping, the only thing I got time for. In the bed, now with 20 blocks, trying to get this pound up. Blue face jumping up. She said she want these jeans. Smacking, that's like smacking shit like mac and cheese. I'm chopping up. Say the wrong thing, won't go there. Hit it and make it so fun.
Roach clip for
Give you a chance to show your love, you turn your back, go figure.
everybody got mine. Everybody.
Every once and turn your back.
I don't even smoke and I want to get this shit. I want to get the stupid cow. It got a, did you see the lockbox? They didn't want nurses with nothing and Redman. So they was on birthday. Highest table. That was the 420 edition. So they went on birthday. And they had this big silver like lockbox. That's with his stuff coming out. And he had like the cow. It's hard to catch. And hats. It got a different. It also look like this.
wait on me to make it. I'ma die crazy. Because of it, it's slipping.
Hold up the face off, baby. Hold up the face off.
See? It's the summer rice.
I can't talk it, my nigga, that's a vibe.
We got all different strains.
Why not? White boys making money.
But I mean, if you read this, the cow was coined cannabis term in 1993. So why not? Like that just makes sense.
Mm-hmm.